Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers continue to roll. They took game one of their three-game set against the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday by a score of 5-1. Jacob Misiorowski continues to be nigh untouchable as he twirled another gem, giving up only one run on 2 hits with 12 strikeouts scattered through 7 innings of work. Andrew Vaughn and Christian Yelich, they provided the pop in the bats with a pair of doubles for King Vaughn and an opposite field 2-run jack for Yelly. Milwaukee now has a firm command on first place in the National League Central Division.
Flyaways, even cash money.
You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky, it might be almost to the point of Ruth?
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the amazing ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, free, B, fully customizable, and C, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is somewhere in New England or working his way toward New England. So in his stead, in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, it is he's still young, right? I mean, he's got some mileage now, but he's still young.
He's actually a young guy too, and he lives life like a young guy.
He does indeed. Young Riley Yauk is our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. Riley, good morning.
Good morning.
All week you're with us.
Yeah, going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
Well, good luck today and tomorrow. And Tausch is going to leave briefly, and then tomorrow I've got to leave briefly for the OTA practice, and Matt LaFleur talking down at the field. So be prepared. Be prepared. And from his undisclosed remote location,
My new office.
What's with the sunglasses?
It's sunny.
Future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
No, it's just I'll be squinting otherwise. There's like a lot of sun coming in the window, so I either do this or I squint. So
no, it looks great. You look very cool.
That's at ESPN Wisconsin. It's not like it's a Gucci or something.
Good to know. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Do the 100.5 ESPN Madison softballers do they have all those sunglasses for like sunny games?
Ooh.
Did you distribute them to the whole team?
No, that's a good question. I will talk to the powers that be. That seems like the least we could do for our squad. We're battling. We got a big tilt tonight, and our season's underway. We got our first win last week, so we're coming around. But yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll get 10 or 11 pair of shades. I think we can pull that off.
I am glad that I can help. How was your Memorial Day weekend?
Fantastic. It was a nice weekend. Was able to watch some softball. We ended up not winning the championship. We got beat by a better team. But I did, as part of that, a great pork chop sandwich, as I said. They do a great job.
As predicted.
The pork chop sandwich was good. Put jalapenos on it. Add a little crunch to it. Put a little kraut on it as well, which I had done in the past. Great fixins bar. What are you shaking your head? It's kimchi. Anytime you can put kimchi in your system, it's supposed to be good for you.
Kraut?
Yeah.
Jalapenos. What else did you put on this pork chop sandwich?
Spicy
sauce?
Spicy Dijon mustard.
Oh, yeah.
A spicy yellow mustard.
There's 3 items.
So that was good. Was able to – what else? So the question I had, you've done enough of these soccer deals, but this was different because this is a small complex. There was there's only 2 fields, but they were right on top of each other. And there was a bunch of teams. So Sunday, we won our first 2 games Saturday. So Sunday we played, and people put up tents. Obviously, it was a nice, warm, beautiful day on Sunday. You put up those big tents, where and it's by the dugouts. And one of the teams that played right before us won, and they just left the tent up. And they left all their stuff. And we're like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how it works. Like, you got to move your junk. You want to leave the tent up and give the option of the next set of fans coming in to use your tent, great. Or you take your tent down, move your stuff. It's not like there's some huge complex where you can just set up shop. So I don't know what the protocol is on that. I am fine with people leaving tents. Yeah. You can't leave your chairs set up under said tents where everybody's going to sit to watch their kids.
Did it make you tense?
No, I didn't really care because I can't sit under tents because I can't see because the tent's too low. And
wear your sunglasses.
And I don't like sitting by a lot of other parents either. I have my own commentary, and I like to keep it to myself. And I also don't like hearing all the. It's just and it's fine. Everybody's got different ways. Plus, this was one where I could go down the fence line and not have fence, so I could actually see through a clean operation. You know what I mean? So that's what I ended up doing. Okay. But I don't know what I'm trying to think. I have to assume protocol is break your tent down and move it. Even if you play the game after us, potentially if you win, I don't like it. I think you got to break it down, or you leave it, but you got to move your stuff.
So you sent this after it occurred in our little chat, and I didn't know the specifics. Now that I do, I got to say I kind of like the fact that this team left its tent up for shade for others. I thought that was, kind of unselfish. Would it be IPT, though? They're not under the tent, right? Like, they're off getting, like, Slurpees and hot dog or something, a pork chop sandwich after they played. So they're not under the tent. The tent is empty other than their stuff?
Correct.
Would it be IPT for you to what I would do, which is organize all their items in a very orderly fashion in one corner of the tent to allow us to use? Would that be out of bounds?
I don't know.
Since they did leave their stuff there.
This is not something I'm accustomed to, so I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on it. I think you should take your stuff and move it along and let other people. This is because it's not like there's bleachers everywhere either.
It's nice to have the tent, though. I'm glad they didn't take it down.
No, they should take it down. I actually don't think you should leave it up.
Did other parents who don't mind being around other parents use the tent from your team?
There was a different tent that they had brought themselves that they used, but then there's another tent right next to them. So people kind of felt like they were encroaching on said tent. And I don't know if they felt great about it. And I don't know how and what, because I got there a little bit late. I don't know how and what the organization pattern was, but I think if you leave the tent and clean it out, you're fine. Because I get it. I don't want to take tents up and down. I get that. And then you kind of stake your spot but then you don't know what dugout you're going to be in, even though I don't think it matters. I actually prefer if you're away from the team, so you're not, little Chucky, you need a little snack in between games. I don't like that aspect of it either. I think you should, once the kids are in the dugout, it's over until the game's over. And I'm guessing you don't do that. I'm guessing you sneak snacks in and do stuff with your kids when they were little. I as a coach, we actually put a kibosh on that. That's not something you could do. But that was the entire kind of morphous of this whole conversation is just take the tent down and be done. Even though you're trying to be nice, you're really just you want to stake your claim and you're being lazy. You don't want to take your tent down, which I get. And I'm not mad about it.
I wouldn't want to take it up and down in between games either. I'm team leave it up. Now, you said something there that I don't want to allow to go past without further discussion.
All right.
And that is how you consume your children's sporting events. I like to take photographs. One of the bonuses of being the photographer, and I'm excited to have been invited to be the...
Were you self-appointed, or did the team ask you to take pictures?
Well, both. So I just like to take pictures.
Well, it can't be both. What started?
It
can't be both.
I started out as self-appointed because I'm going to take pictures of Maddie or Sid regardless. And so then what I did was I would take pictures of everyone when they were competing, and then I would put together a Google link and share it with everyone. And apparently my photography skills, while not nearly as good as my radio skills or my writing skills, are not terrible, and people enjoyed them. So I kept doing it. And now I have officially been asked to be the soccer team's official photographer. I don't think that comes with any sort of salary. It only comes with a responsibility, but the coach asked me to take on that job, so I will happily do it, including for today's regular season finale. But one of the bonuses of that is I think you and I are on the same page, because what I like about it, and I know what Paula likes about it, is that I am not among the other fans. So I either get annoyed with some of the chirping that occurs among the fans that might be unhappy with little Julie's playing time, or constantly shouting instructions to their child during the game. And so I get annoyed by that if I'm among the people. And that was only one game where I did that because it was pouring down rain and I didn't want my camera to break. But since then, I've been down on the field shooting, so I get away from all that. It sounds to me like you are of the same mind. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I prefer watching, especially my own kids' games. Not by myself, but no, it depends. Like with hockey, there was some families, or there were some parents that we've kind of feel the same way about certain things that we would kind of collage together. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not interested in all of and luckily most of the teams that my kids have been on have been pretty drama free. So yeah, I am fine if it's a bleacher and there's like a nice setup. I sit and I'll watch. I'll keep my mouth shut mostly. If I'm a photographer and in the action, which I've been,
a little bit more vocal,
then I'm a little chirpier. So I have my own issues. I'm not trying to act like I'm above, because I'm not.
No,
I have my own issues. I just tend to try to keep them to myself. That's all.
Riley, you're closer to our children's age than ours. So when your parents come to watch you in a jiu-jitsu tournament, how do they behave?
Yeah, they also are more akin to you guys. I think they're willing to sit with other parents. My mom especially. She's very gregarious, has a very big personality. So she'll sit and talk with all the parents, chop it up. But yeah, my dad, I think if he's not coaching, usually he's the one coaching if he's at a sporting event. But aside from that, yeah, I think he prefers to be by himself and avoid the riffraff and the commentary, so to speak. There are definitely some parents of kids or my teammates growing up that were very vocal and could be very negative at times. So wasn't always the most enjoyable experience sitting in the parent section.
Ever to your father's son and his performance? Because that's the one thing when you say, if you want to shout stuff at your own kid, I get it. That's fine. I would prefer you didn't critique my child from your seat in the bleachers. That is my one. That'll get me really irritated.
Yeah, but even sometimes if you're critiquing your own kid, it was middle school basketball. I remember this very vividly. We were playing, I think it was the semifinals of some tournament, and the point guard's dad. The point guard was having a fine game, but he made like 2 turnovers in a row, and his dad is literally yelling at him from the stands.
You can't turn it over twice.
Yeah.
Simple. Don't turn the ball over.
But he was berating him. This was like ad hominem. These were like personal attacks on his own child.
Ad hominem.
On his own child. And our coach had to stand up, who was friends with this dad, and tell him, hey, I'm the coach. Sit down. Let me coach your kid. And that was just memorable. Awkward experience.
And that was middle school basketball. That was like 4 or 5 years ago for you. So that's a pretty vivid memory.
Just yesterday.
Well, we will put on a shelf the parent behavior at sporting events for a little while because Tausch expressed some concern earlier this offseason about the Packers and their behavior when it comes to the Bears rivalry. And Leroy Butler said something while Tausch was at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournament that piqued all of our interest. We'll hear that after we hear Tausch tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and or doors, now is the time because Pella is offering 0 interest financing options throughout. That's right, 0% interest. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all with 0 interest financing. Can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At Junior Achievement, we believe students learn best by doing. With support from Pieper Electric, young people are gaining real-world insight into careers that keep our communities running, from energy and engineering to skilled trades and technical innovation. Through hands-on experiences in JA BizTown, students are discovering how their interests can turn into meaningful careers. Thank you to Pieper Electric for helping inspire the next generation of builders and problem solvers. Learn more at ja.org.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The wait is over. The Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox, returns to State Fair Park this Wednesday with the Glam Band. Gates open at 6, live music starts at 7. Grab your friends and kick off the season on Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Getting ready to talk to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. But before we get to that, and I'm guessing some of you with Mizomania at a fever pitch. We're anticipating some Miz talk. You will get that today.
Jason, is there right now anybody in the state of Wisconsin that's a bigger star than The Miz?
Micah Parsons.
He's injured.
Well, it doesn't change his star status. I mean,
Sure it does.
No. The excitement.
How much were you thinking about Micah? No, I mean, it does. Like, if you're injured and can't perform.
Did you just ask me my opinion? I told you something different, and then you told me I was wrong. Is that what just happened?
He's
I just
still
wanted
a
to make
star,
sure I understood.
no doubt. But until he's back playing, is he a star?
He's still a star. You don't lose your star status. Like, and it's the off season. I get it.
When do you lose your star status? I don't disagree. I'm not going to disagree.
When you're not playing at a high level anymore, or when you decide that you would like to play somewhere else, which is what Giannis has done, even though it's the Bucks that have decided to trade him, obviously, allegedly. Yeah, look, Miz is a phenomenon. It's awesome. Maybe we'll play this a little bit later, but Jeff Passan talking about him earlier today. I mean, you should be really excited about him. I would argue that per capita, there are more people that are fervent Packers fans than fervent Brewers fans. There's a lot of both. There are a lot of people that feel very passionate about both teams. But especially the way they acquired Micah Parsons, the way he played in the 12 games before he got hurt.
How is Jeff Passan not, his name of his podcast, not Passion or Passionate about baseball? Like, how is that not the name of his pod?
I think there's a lot of ways you could go with Passan.
Okay, like what?
But I haven't really given it much thought at this point.
Well, you just said there's a lot of different options. What are they?
Good? Are you good today?
No, I'm really good. I'm just curious. You said there's a lot of options.
I don't want to sit with you at any more sporting events.
Passing to Buck.
There you go.
Who are you passing to Buck?
Passing on knowledge.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. All right.
Passing ball. Instead of pass ball, probably not. All right, but my point was, we're going to have Bill Schroeder join us at 10:30. So we'll get plenty of Miz in.
I was just thinking on my drive down today.
Okay, we'll wait to talk about Leroy Butler.
Yeah.
Please
I
go
think
ahead.
Leroy Butler, it's evergreen. Like, of course we can talk about Leroy anytime.
You should consider reading the show
But
sheet once.
you talk about Miz and what he did yesterday and what he's done all season. It's pretty dang impressive. Like, it's really impressive. And I don't know when you go from phenomenon, or what did you just say? You said it's I don't remember exactly.
I believe I said he's a phenomenon. It's Mizomania.
Because, and I think
it was
of
last year too.
I was just thinking on my drive down today, who right now has bigger star power? And I thought Micah, and I was like, well, Micah missed the back end of last season. The Packers season's not in effect yet. Jordan Love is obviously going to be a monster star, or he's already a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. That gives you star status immediately, whether or not you want to say he's a all-pro, all those things. But right now, if you line up in Milwaukee, these three guys, where are you going to get an autograph? Are you going to Micah? Are you going to Jordan? Are you going to Miz? I agree with you. The Packer brand always is going to pull more people. But right now, the way he's playing, he is who's a more dominant pitcher in all of baseball than the Miz? There's nobody. The Brewers, great season, off to a great start. It's as close as it's been in a long time. It has been Giannis or one of the starting quarterbacks forever. And this is what's got me thinking. So I didn't want to just poo-poo, Micah. Well, yeah, Micah's a big star. He's been here 6-7 months, and he got hurt.
Micah. Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at. So this is the closest it's been where someone other than Giannis, and Giannis isn't even on the list right now, in my opinion, until they get all this figured out because there's the fatigue. This is the closest it's ever been. Someone outside of the starting quarterback for the Packers or Giannis, of anyone elevating to this point. A lot of it is because of timing, but also because of how great he's been.
Here's a little bit of background on Miz, and then we'll just jump into discussing him when Evan Cohen joins us coming up next, after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance. In the month of May, which is still he should have at least one more start left in the month of May, right? Because Memorial Day was so weirdly early.
Saturday or Sunday, yeah.
He has pitched 31 1/3 innings. He has surrendered 1 earned run. He has struck out 49 batters. He's allowed 11 hits and 6 walks. That is a 0.29 ERA and a 0.54 whip. I love the whip. While maintaining a strikeouts per 9 innings of over 14. In his last 6 starts, Mizorowski has had 8+ strikeouts in every single outing and hasn't surrendered a single extra base hit in that span.
Yeah.
In MLB history, no other pitcher has kept such a streak alive for more than 4 consecutive starts, according to something called Codified Baseball. So yeah, he is delivering a dominant stretch in which he has hit triple digits on the radar gun on 57 pitches in yesterday's game alone.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Riley, who are you going? If you got the 3 guys are sitting there and you can only pick one of them, who are you getting an autograph from?
Who's the best jiu-jitsu guy?
I'm going to the Miz. Miz, I mean, he's also lanky, so we'd probably have a similar jiu-jitsu game. But definitely the Miz. He is must-watch television. He doesn't have an equal in Major League Baseball. He is one of the best players in the sport right now.
Yeah.
There's no equal to Jacob Mizorowski. Micah Parsons, I mean, he has Myles Garrett, who's probably just a little bit better. Like, that's a peer. Jordan Love is probably a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league. There are other better quarterbacks. Jacob Mizorowski, he could end up being one of the best pitchers to ever throw a baseball. Ever.
Wow.
Like in Major League Baseball. I'm going to get his autograph
Riley,
number 1.
that sounds crazy, but what Jason just mentioned, no one's ever done.
Yeah. Like, he hasn't given up an extra base hit in a month. Yesterday, the Cardinals needed...
I'm a little nervous of the hype, though. I'm a little nervous all this hype. Like,
Which you're feeding into at the moment.
I'm 100% feeding into it. I don't like it, but I'm going to eat it.
He is also, and
like
the
a pork
thing
chop
is,
sandwich with
I like the pork chop sandwich. That was great.
If The Miz stays healthy for his entire career, which I feel like is going to be
important if
the
hard.
most important factor, he's only my age. He could be thrown for another 15 years.
Yeah.
And if he's even close to this for most of that stretch, that's the best pitcher to ever do it.
As we sit here on the 26th of May in the landscape of Wisconsin sports, understanding the Packers are the big poobah. This is the closest that anyone has been to taking the one spot outside of a Packer quarterback since we've been doing this show.
Yeah.
Easily. And probably for the last 25 years.
What about 2018 Yelich? Was he up there?
No, he was always behind Rodgers. He
Okay.
could, and Giannis, no, he was never above third. Miz, he might not be one. I don't disagree. I mean, I disagreed with Jason because Micah's hurt. And if it was Packer football season, the Packers are just so big. Miz is that good that he is in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a conversation about a conversation. That's how good he is.
Well, let's have a conversation about American Family Insurance so we can have a conversation with Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike.
Well, just like a great team needs great protection, your family does too. And I spent my career on the O-line, and trust me, when you know you're protected, you play a whole lot freer. That's what American Family Insurance is all about. With the right home and auto coverage, they'll protect what you've worked for and the dreams you're building in your future. That way you can focus on family and not the what-ifs. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly. With American Family Insurance, get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Evco joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Shop the pig. Bayview, the pig, is back. Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue is completely remodeled, better than ever, and throwing a grand reopening you won't want to miss. Join us Saturday, June 6th for live music, free samples, and amazing deals all day long. Fresh new look, same friendly faces, same locally owned Piggly Wiggly you've always loved, now with a new assortment, expanded produce, and revamped bakery and deli. Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring, it keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love, with 0% financing options available, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Horicon Bank, serving their clients with faster decisions, smarter financing, and bankers who get your business. Horicon Bank, doing good for 130 years.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, 197 years young, and it has now come to Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. How's everything?
Good. You know, there's a variety.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. I'm just chomping because I was listening to your show this morning, and I have never seen you. You're very welcome. I've never seen you with so much disdain for one player. You've been doing this, whether it's at your old job or this job, for years. And you wanted to call James Harden a loser, but you didn't because I think you got slapped in reality, but you wanted to. You have disdain for Morey, and you think that James Harden is the Daryl Morey of playing, and you have such disdain for both. Explain why.
Yeah, thank you for leading me into that. That's correct. By the way, Riley can look this up, or Jason may know this. I think there's a connection between Daryl Morey and Baraboo, Wisconsin. That he may have been born there, but somebody can check on that.
I believe you are correct. I will fact check that, but I think you're right.
I am someone that envies and admires those that fight and scratch and claw till the end, no matter what. I loved Tim Tebow in the way in which he approached things in terms of his effort, right? I've talked a lot about Udonis Haslem and my love for him. I love guys like P.J. Tucker, who won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. Drew Holiday, who won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. Those are the kinds of athletes that I love. I remember walking into the locker room for the 03-04 Miami Heat season with former Wisconsin head coach Stan Van Gundy, and he walks over to this guy by the name of Brian Grant, power forward in the NBA. And Brian Grant, and I'm not kidding you, had a hole through his lip, had massive ice bags on both of his knees, and Stan walks over to him and says, "Are you okay?" And Brian Grant says, "Yeah, I'm fine." "Yeah, I'm fine." He has a hole in his body and ice packs. And these are the kind of athletes that I admire, those that you can't put a number on. And Daryl Morey and James Harden have built their entire legacies on numbers, right? On a TI-82 calculator. That is not to say that analytics don't have a place in sports. They do. But Josh Hart of the Knicks said it perfectly last week when he said it's like a drunk person leaning up against a lamppost. You can lean on it, but it's not getting you home. And when Daryl Morey comes out and says that James Harden is a better offensive basketball player than Michael Jeffrey Jordan, I lost it. I absolutely lost it then, and I'm going to lose it now because these are the kinds of things that are utterly ridiculous to me. And I am not someone that looks at this and says, yeah, I want James Harden, a proven individual player, a quantitative player, not a qualitative player on my team. I don't want Daryl Morey, who does not value chemistry in any way, shape, or form, on my team. I can't let's pretend Tausch is not on here for the audience. There's no number, not consumption of Wilde and Tausch, not sales, that you could put on Mark Tauscher's influence. You just can't. He's one of the single greatest teammates in professional life I have literally ever seen. There is no number for that. He's not Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love. He's not Howard Stern or Rush Limbaugh or Stephen A. There's no number that you could put on what Tausch is. He's just going to find a way to win and bring everyone with him while winning. James Harden finds a way to get his next contract, and that's great for he and his family. That's not great for the team that I'm on.
Evan, are there more James Hardens today than maybe 20 years ago? Because it does feel sports has gotten more big money, big business, but it's also gotten more selfish. There are more people that if I'm not getting the playing time, I'm going to go. And I don't think that's bad that people want to have great individual success, but is it coming at the expense of team success for a lot of these guys?
I mean, maybe, and I think that's a loaded question because I think part of it, correct me if I'm wrong, Tausch, is you're looking at it and you're like, is that the NIL era? Is that high school sports? Where, does it start there? My favorite thing now, I have a new favorite thing in sports. It's when the first-round talent realizes why they are a first-round talent, and it's not initially why they were drafted in the first round. And what I mean by that is Drew Holiday was a lottery pick. Let's just use him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drew, you come into the league, and I'm sure Drew Holiday's thinking, well, I'm going to be a 20-point scorer because, why wouldn't you? Great player at UCLA. And then later in your career, you realize, you know what my first-round talent is? It's filling in every blank that a team has. Oh, this team needs a ball handler. Got it. This team needs a primary defender. Got it. This team needs a community relations person. Got it. This team needs someone to draw fouls. I am a first-round talent because I will fill in any blank that a team has. And so I don't think it's going to be immediate. This is where you can hate Draymond all you want, and he wasn't a first-rounder. Draymond knew upon arrival exactly what he had to do. There was no graduation to that, right? Guys like Aaron Gordon, Andre Iguodala, Drew Holiday, Derek White, they didn't know that upon arrival. Draymond, his greatness is, yeah, I got it, upon arrival. Rebounds, defense, dirty work, that's what I do for a living, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer as a result. So I don't know that it's less of it, Tausch. I think it probably is longer to get there for some of these guys.
So is that where the analytics part of this, and analytics is only getting more influential in every sport, that's where they're missing? And how do you – because I would guess Daryl Morey will find another job, right? These guys, you saw Atkinson saying, what did he say? Analytically, they won.
Oh, God. Oh, my
that
God.
mentality
Oh.
That mentality is way too prevalent on a lot of organizations.
Could you imagine, Jason, covering postgame, LaFleur and Love saying, analytically, we actually beat the Bears?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Which, by the way,
is accurate.
It is accurate. But you would never say that.
Wait, no. That's the point. Exactly right. right? Like, I had that exact conversation
But it's their
with my buddy
religion,
Hemko
man.
from Get Up this morning.
It's
you
Daryl
don't
Morey's
say it out
religion.
loud.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
I thought Kenny Atkinson, the Cavs coach, was maybe interviewing for the job with Daryl Morey. That's the thing. I'm glad I actually stumbled into that because I didn't know that. But if let's just say, or I guess it's true, analytically, the Packers beat the Bears based on numbers that would indicate winning, right?
Yeah, they were 3-0. Analytically, they were 3-0 against the Bears last year.
Right. So imagine if LaFleur said that, how Packers fans would react. It's insulting. And actually, part of the thing that you have to do in that spot, I think, and I don't mean to be insulting like this, but it's like you have to dumb it down a little bit. Because what you're doing is, Kenny Atkinson in that case, is speaking to his analytics department that told him that information. But you're speaking to fans when you're speaking to Jason Wilde. Like, if you're talking to Jason Wilde as a Green Bay Packer, you're speaking to millions of Packers fans, right? You're not speaking to your analytics department. Know your audience in that case.
Well, Evan, you said something else this morning on New York's side of it. And I thought this was interesting, especially coming from someone that needs quotes and needs that for his job, and saying Leon Rose did the right thing by doing nothing. And why doesn't everybody follow the Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells? You want to have a job, though. So you're kind of torn on that. Right. If everybody approached it like Leon Rose, how do you even have a job?
Yeah. Well, as you're bringing that up, I'm glad you brought it up, because I know in Packers lore, the Jonathan Gannon delayed press conference became a whole thing, right? Like, when is he speaking? When is he speaking? So I don't remember historically, correct me if I'm wrong, coordinators with the Packers creating drama every time they open their mouths. Is that correct, Jason?
Joe Barry did some drama. He had a little drama. But for the most part, I'd probably agree with you.
Yep. Very, very rarely.
You're Mark. He's Jason. Yeah, okay. So historically, anyone in a power position with the New York Knicks automatically creates headlines. Like, just by speaking. I can't believe they said this. I can't believe they said that. It's New York, right? We overreact to everything in sports. That's why it's an amazing sports town. So I think the Belichick, Parcells was a talker, but Belichick approach by Leon Rose was very smart. Because what it did was it took the microphone out from in front of him, but it also took the microphone out from the majority governor of the team, James Dolan, who has said countless things over the last 20 years that you're like, what?
Great
point. Like, he instituted the culture of, I got to take his mic away, so how am I going to do that? I'll take my mic away, and then only the head coach speaks. And by the way, when you have the class of all class and Mike Brown, perfect guy to do that. So I think it's probably a roundabout way of him taking the microphone out of the guy who owns the team's mouth, because he's terrible in front of the mic.
Evan, this last thing, and then we'll get to Packers, Brewers, and stuff. But the New York part of this that you were talking about this morning, the Bridges trade, the firing of the coach and bringing Mike Brown in, are all correct. You basically said all of these decisions now, even though they haven't won a championship yet, but it's gotten them there, have been the right moves. Karl Anthony Towns. Does that then mean that James Dolan is a great owner because he's done this too?
In the moment, it feels that way. You're not.
Okay.
Well, historically. But here's the thing. I want to point something out. So this is where organizational expectations and laundry comes into play. Getting to the Super Bowl, if you're the Green Bay Packers, should not be enough. Getting to the NBA Finals is something that is so abnormal with the Knicks that it almost feels like enough. Like, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I'm a New Yorker. Like, maybe the most overrated history relative to winning in all of sports. Like, the Knicks haven't won that much. They're not the Yankees. Right? The Knicks are just a significant franchise because of where they play, the arena they play in, and the history of players that have played there, and the city, and basketball, like basketball mecca is here, right, in New York. But in terms of winning, so as a Heat fan, I don't celebrate getting to the finals. That's like expected. My team's been to the finals 7 times since 2006. The Knicks are not this big-time winning franchise, right? But they're a big-time historical franchise relative to basketball impact in the city and the arena, etc. So I can say they got all of this right because of where they are now. And I just want to point out, I'm the first to admit, I did not think Jalen Brunson could do this, and I was dead wrong.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, because if they fall short, it's just going to be in 1999.
I didn't think he could even do this, Tausch.
Well,
but I didn't think he could do this.
They are in the finals for the first time since 1999, where they could face the San Antonio Spurs, who beat them, oddly enough, in 1999. It is a remarkable story. There's no two ways about that. All right, Evan, I need to ask you for what I was going to ask you at the start of this conversation before I lost complete control of it. What is the national view of the Miz? Because it's Mizomania here in Wisconsin, and rightfully so. I mean, I just went through what he has done in the month of May, and it's unprecedented. How is he viewed on the national scale?
Well, it's interesting. Obviously, I know the story. Obviously, I know who you're talking about. But from a national perspective, when
he's thinking it's a wrestler. Evan thinks it's a wrestler. I guarantee it.
No, I know who he is. I know who he is, and I know the amount of times, 50-some times over 100 miles per hour in his last start. I know that. Stop it, Tausch. What I thank you is because of the Danhausen curse and the Miz's rivalry with Danhausen, the national, if you say the Miz nationally, most people are thinking of the WWE superstar. Just being honest.
Is it possible, and you know the landscape of Wisconsin sports, I am convinced because Jordan Love is a good player, he has not elevated to the Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre area yet. It's been 30 years since that has been, with putting Giannis in there as well, the biggest star in the state of Wisconsin. Is it possible Miz could overtake that spot?
That's a good one. So let's take Jimmy Haslam, one of the governors of the Bucks, at his word here, and let's say, well, okay, I'm just saying, let's say Giannis is traded by June 23rd, draft day. Jordan Love feels like everyone wants him to be the biggest star. How about this? I'll tell you something.
Okay.
By the end of 2026, my prediction for biggest sports star in the state of Wisconsin will be Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I won't fight you on that. As long as he comes back and is healthy, I agree. But right now,
it's Miz, and okay. I don't personally believe that the exchange, whatever the Bucks get for Giannis, there will be a singular player that you will latch onto as a star immediately. Right? There could be a guy over the course of time, but not immediately. And I do believe he will now get traded. No guarantee, but I am now on the side of that he will, because I have been against that forever. I do now believe he will get traded. And the tricky thing with Miz is every time he starts, there's not a guarantee of victory. And obviously he has no impact on the 4 games basically in between when he starts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say no impact, because the longer in games he goes, the less pen you use, the more pen is available the next day.
But limited
That was the
impact.
whole Pedro Martinez thing. Yeah, limited impact, right? So that's where it's tricky. He could be a big star, and I think, obviously he's must watch, and I would assume, you guys can check on this, I know Jesse's out today, so research has been better, but I'm sure at AmFam, ticket sales are higher when he pitches than any other day, right?
We would have to. I'll get Jesse on that case while he's on his vacation in New England. Evan, I do want to. I want to ask you about Giannis briefly though before you go, because you just said that you expect him to be traded, and there seems to be kind of 2 factions in Wisconsin now. One that kind of has reached a point with Giannis that they're resigned to the fact that he's going to be traded, and also that they feel like this is kind of what he's wanted the whole time over the last 2 years, and he just hasn't been willing to say so. And then there's another group, and I think it's smaller, that thinks, no, he would stay. It's just the Bucks that won't do what he wants or whatever. The national view is this is Giannis wants this, right? Like, that's like, if you pay attention to what Shams has written.
This is one that's funny. This is one that's funny, Jason, because the national view is toxic relationship. My view, relative to all of the relationships that I have, in the state of Wisconsin, including you guys, and dating back to when I was in school there, like, I don't think this is a toxic, or let me rephrase, I don't think this has been a toxic relationship at all. I think it's like, we've kind of done everything we possibly can do for each other. Should we keep trying to do more for each other? And that's where it's confusing, because I don't, how does Giannis look at the Bucks and say they didn't try to do for me? I think the Bucks tried to do way more for Giannis than the Nuggets did for Jokic, and those are my comps with each other. Way more, right? The creativity of the Dame stretch, whether you liked it or not, is an effort. They got the number one free agent on the market. I was on with you guys live when that happened.
Yep.
One of the best moments of my career. Oh, God. How good was I?
now.
Let's be honest. Oh, I was Jason. In the moment when we broke that, and I said, they can't do that. Something else has to majorly be happening. What else is happening? I said it in the moment.
You did. But I feel like you've done a lot. I mean, is it top 10 moments? Maybe. But, like, again, you've had quite the career.
Well, I appreciate that. My top 10 moments on Wilde and Tausch.
Okay, fair.
So I don't know. Do it in Packers terms. I don't agree with this take. But Aaron Rodgers would dream of the Packers having done for him what the Bucks did for Giannis.
I would agree, and still might end, and it still might have ended poorly, right? Like with them going their separate ways. Like obviously, the other end of the spectrum with the Jets doing everything he wanted, and that didn't work either.
Right, exactly. So now that's part of it, and the other part is, I know the Bucks think that Giannis. I'm sure they think that Giannis gave as much max effort as he possibly could give. So they're at kind of a standstill. What I would have done, if it could get to this point, is still try to go all in to make matters even better. I know Tausch and others disagree with that. So now it's going to get to a place, where it seems like for the last year or so, he's wanted to be in a better situation for him, basketball-wise, on a team with a chance to win it all, without having to ask out. And I think he's going to get that, because I think he will look back at this and say, I never asked out.
He'll be yes, and it'll be.
And by the way, if they trade him by the draft, he would have never said no to the contract extension, because they can't legally offer it until October 1st.
Correct. It'll be masterfully played for him to have plausible deniability on all that, even though I don't believe it. Evan, we got to play some trivia. We appreciate you. Thanks.
Boy, you guys are much better with the clock when Jesse's not here. All right, see you guys.
All right, that is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and now finally in Wisconsin. DJ Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. All right, Tausch had to step out, so we're going to play some trivia early today. The category is the Sports Weekend Recap. The Miz with 57 pitches over 100 miles per hour. No, Riley, we're not going to take caller 57.
Okay.
But 5 plus 7 is 12. So we'll take caller 12. Caller 12 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 12 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia next. So stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. June 15th through the 17th and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, The Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Mark Tausch here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra's Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Social House, Menominee Falls, starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, May 28th. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's North Shore, Potawatomi, and Spanky's Waterford. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Well, time for trivia. See what kind of mean-spirited things this guy says today. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs, Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs. They believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestants. Our contestant is Mike the Wedding DJ. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hi, Jason. Hi, Mark.
Tausch is not here. You just get me. So.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. No, I'm all kidding aside. We're all good. Mike, the category is the Sports Weekend Recap. I am curious to see if, as you have done in some historic performances in the past, you can answer questions without the answers, possible answers, maybe even before I finish the question. Question number 1 is this. Which notable race changed how fans view the greatest day in motorsports by, for the first time in years, shifting its events from Memorial Day weekend to the first weekend in June? Was it the Coca-Cola 600 and NASCAR, the Monaco Grand Prix in F1, or the Rainbow Road Rumble from Mario Kart?
Obviously, it's not C. I believe they ran the Coca-Cola race on Sunday. So if you're talking about a race that got moved to the first weekend in June, it didn't happen yet. So it's got to be B by association.
Outstanding work with your elimination approach. Riley, are you an F1 fan?
No, not at all. I'm not really into motorsports.
Yeah, me either. I remember watching the Indy 500 growing up, which used to be on like tape delay. You had to listen to it on the radio and then watch it later.
Interesting.
That was a long time ago. I guess I didn't realize the Monaco Grand Prix was even on Memorial Day weekend previously. I always thought of the Coca-Cola 600 and the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indy 500. All right. Learn something new every day. Question 2, Mike, is this. The Chicago Cubs have now lost 9 games in a row, which Jesse says is a doggone shame. Couldn't have happened to a nicer group of people. Besides the Brewers, which of these teams also has swept the Cubs during Chicago's current losing streak? Is it the Houston Astros, the Chicago White Sox, or the Pittsburgh
Astros
Pirates?
And the White Sox.
The Houston Astros is the correct answer. Did the White Sox do it too?
Yeah, I think they took the second.
Jesse's wrong. Yes, correct. Riley's correct. They both did.
Yikes. Okay, well, congratulations.
Well, lost 9 games in a row.
That's a shame. All right, 2 for 2. Question 3 is this. Which Ivy League school won the
Princeton. Princeton did. Princeton for the first time since 2001, I believe.
Won the NCAA Men's Lacrosse National Championship on Memorial Day.
They beat Notre Dame. And by the way, my Northwestern alma mater won in women's the national championship over
Northwestern. Indeed.
Yep.
Mike, much to my chagrin, you are 3 for 3. That means you've got 4 entries into Friday's drawing. We appreciate you playing, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you. Love you guys. Love you, Riley.
Love you, Riley.
Woo! Thank you, Mike. Love you
How
too.
you feel about that?
I'll take that. That's awesome.
Fair enough. That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. I want to remind you, Grubeloff's is the one call to make if you've been injured. And look, I tell you this all the time, and I mean it. I hope you never have to call them, because then you've never been in a serious accident in which you've been injured and you need legal representation. But if that does happen to you, there's only one call to make. David and his team have been doing this now for over 4 decades. They're the best in the business. They've got the best lawyers. They have the best outcomes, and you don't pay until they win your case. So go to the website to find out more about Grubeloff's. It's gruber-law.com. You can also start the process right there by filling out a form or make the call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. Grubel offices. One call. That's all. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The chips that you like are not on sale this week, so we're gonna have to skip those. Sorry, bud.
Aww. Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. At Woodmans, you don't need a flyer to find hot deals. With our everyday low prices and huge selection, you can find anything you're looking for. And still save big time on your whole grocery bill.
So I can get the groceries I want and save money? Looks like your chips are back on the list.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Hi,
It's Woodmans.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like Blaine's Farm and Fleet camp chairs. Buy one, get one 60% off. 20% off assorted fishing rods and reels, tackle, and apparel. And save $50 on select Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. A quick correction via a number of folks in our YouTube chats. Hey, you lost your sunglasses. Better find those.
No, I took them off earlier. I think the sun moved.
You look a little squinty now. You might want to put them back on.
Okay, good enough.
The Chicago White Sox did not, in fact, sweep the Cubs. The Brewers did and the Astros did. They actually won that series 2-1, but the Cubs did win one at the start of that series before they started their losing streak. So as much as I love it when Jesse is wrong about something in trivia, Mike the Wedding DJ is the one who was incorrect on this one. But no one would call him a moron or say that it was moronic to get that wrong, at least not on this panel. Tausch, I know we had planned on discussing the Chicago Bears angle with Leroy Butler, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I wanted to touch on something else Packers related, and I wanted to get your response to a question that I was asked today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, because today is the first day of OTA practices. Now, we don't have media access today. We have access tomorrow to practice, and I'll be excited to be there and watch guys. And what Jen asked me was, who are the 3 players that you are most interested to see? And I thought it was a good question because, like, some of the players that you might have on that list, like Tucker Kraft, not going to be doing anything. Zach Tom, not going to be doing anything. Micah Parsons, not going to be doing anything. I'm looking forward to seeing Jaden Reed, who we haven't talked to in a while. But the guys that I said first, and he's played in the league for 16 years, but he's new to these guys, and that would be Tyrod Taylor. Because I think the Packers feel good about that decision to go that direction with the backup job, but they had a great insurance policy for the last several years, and now we're going to see if Tyrod Taylor, who has much more experience, can do that. The next guy I said was Zaire Franklin, who obviously we have not talked to or spoken to yet, him and Javon Hargrave, who are both new. And then the other guy that I'm eager to see, and I wrote about him over the weekend, we talked about him with Joe Thomas, is obviously Jordan Morgan. Now, whether Jordan Morgan is going to do anything of significance in an OTA practice at left tackle where they're not in spiders, and at least they'll be going against other players as opposed to managers with bags, which is what Joe Thomas saw. He's the guy that's probably got the most focus on him, I would think, going into these practices. If you decided on a whim to come up here tomorrow and watch practice with me, who are you looking to see?
Well, I'm intrigued by Keyshawn Nixon. I just want to kind of hear where his head's at, and I know he's been there. I think right. He hasn't missed anything. Doesn't plan on missing anything. So where he's at with his contract and where he's kind of viewed and how his approach is, I'm intrigued by. Sorrell. I think he's somebody that I'm really intrigued. I know you've seen him, but doing some stuff how he's going to approach this, you got it covered with the new guys. That's always going to be the storyline coming out. Their first comments or their first quotes of their time here and what their expectations. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot of sunshine and roses. Oh, this is going to be great. Zaire Franklin has, been on a couple podcasts. He's let us know that the Packers have wanted him for years. Great. Those things are all fantastic. But Jordan Morgan is going to be the big storyline. And I think because so much of where this offense wants to go is going to be predicated on him being not even a really good player, just someone that is going to be able to handle the job. And we don't know. We think, I certainly believe he can. But those three guys, I think, are going to be critical as far as where this team is going to be and how they're going to approach this upcoming season with the roles that they're going to have. They're going to have elevated roles that they're going to need to play good football for this team to be anywhere close to what I think the expectations are.
I don't know what Zaire Franklin is going to be like with us, but it would certainly seem like and I was talking to some of my buddies that cover the Colts. They say he's great with the media, which obviously media starts with me.
Certainly seems like he will be, yes.
So I'm eager for that. And you mentioned, I don't know which pod, I think it was with Kyle Long that he was on, talking about him and Edger and Cooper. We don't have any idea what Jonathan Gannon has planned, but the Packers allow a former first-round pick to walk in free agency, and Goody, it's not just Zaire Franklin who says the Packers have been after him for a while. Goody has acknowledged that, and now they got him. A little bit later in his career, he's going to be 30, but do you see that as a tandem? Because what Packers fans wanted to see happen didn't happen, right? Quay Walker and Edger and Cooper both being like your guy Fred Varner and Dre Greenlaw. That never really came to fruition. Can this duo be that dynamic, or is that an unrealistic hope?
I don't think they're going to be as dynamic as Navarro Bowman and Willis, like kind of that setup was. I think Edgerrin Cooper can be a star in this league. I think Zaire, he can come in and I think be a really solid player. I don't know. I mean, he's 30. That doesn't mean he can't play anymore.
Right.
But is he going to be able to run and do all the things? I don't know enough about him and haven't seen enough to give you a fair assessment. I know Edgerrin Cooper has all the skill sets to be a star linebacker in this league. That you know. Now, can you put it all together and bring, have that elevator line up and be ready to go from the jump and be a leader and be the green dot guy and do all the things that I think we're anticipating from him for this defense to take that next step and then be a ball hawk and all of that. I think he is definitely in position to do that. I don't know enough about that other spot. So to try and put them in that same category, I don't think it's fair.
All right, you mentioned Keyshawn Nixon. I got duped by something this morning when I woke up. I want to tell you what it was, and then I want to get ready for Bill Schroeder to join us so we can talk more about the Miz and about the Brewers. Before we can do either of those things, you need to tell us about Iron Jock.
Well, as a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel, built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Their silver ion technology is woven into every thread, hunting down and killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjock.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
At Junior Achievement, we believe students learn best by doing. With support from Pieper Electric, young people are gaining real-world insight into careers that keep our communities running, from energy and engineering to skilled trades and technical innovation. Through hands-on experiences in JA BizTown, students are discovering how their interests can turn into meaningful careers. Thank you to Pieper Electric for helping inspire the next generation of builders and problem solvers. Learn more at ja.org.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. Moto America is up next, and it's coming May 29th through the 31st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Tell me a little about your Work Smart story.
I'm Dustin, and I've been a Smart 18 member for over 5 years. Before that, my jobs were pretty rough. Poor training, low pay, and bad benefits. I just wasn't getting anywhere. Then I joined Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers, and everything changed. They hooked me up.
Start your smart journey today. Go to smart18info.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So this morning, I get up about 6:30. Check my phone to see if there's anything that I missed overnight. And there's your guy Elon, who has ruined Twitter, and I think you're starting to realize it yourself. I have an alert from something called Sports with a Z, which, as we learn in our training to avoid scams and fraudsters, there's always some sort of spelling snafu, etc. So I knew that was a little bit sketchy. Nevertheless, I opened it because it was in the Twitter app, so I knew I was not going to click on anything I shouldn't. But it was an alert that said that Keyshawn Nixon has agreed to a 3-year, $31 million extension. I was like, oh, I guess I got news to cover this morning. But then I opened it, and it said, but the Packers have not agreed to it.
Ooh.
That's a good one. And I thought, okay, you got me. Way to go, Sports with a Z and Elon. So there is no contract extension for Keyshawn Nixon, but it did lead me to think again about him, and you just made the point. Like, are you surprised that he's taking part in everything? Are you expecting some sort of withholding of services at some point? Do you think he's just going to play out the season? Like, what? Like, I keep flashing back to 2006 when Mike McCarthy cursed me out because Al Harris didn't take part in the offseason program, and a close to Al Harris had told me that he was not taking part because he wanted his contract reworked. And Mike McCarthy accused me of making it up, even though that source close to Al Harris was Al Harris. So what do you make? What do you make of where Keyshawn currently sits? And I don't have any assurance that he's going to take part in today's OTA, and I won't be there to take attendance, but I fully expect him. He's been there for everything else. So what do you make of his approach here?
I don't know. I think I can't imagine that he's going to be content playing. What is he making this year? $4 million?
Yes, 4.3.
So if he's making 4.3 as in the last year of his deal, I would think maybe there's conversations that have been had where the Packers said, we will take care of you. Just let's work through it. You've seen this a bunch with guys. And do I think that he is going to just play the year out and let it ride? I'd be surprised if that's how it shakes out. Would I be surprised if Sports with a Z is more accurate with it? When I heard that, I could see that being a legitimate deal. That's paying, a little less than what a good nickel corner would make. He's not. He's the number one corner for the Packers. I don't think they're looking at ever paying him that way or anything close to it. But I think the odds of him being the number one corner again this year are going to be high, and I think the Packers are going to have to up his salary in order to have his services. I don't think you're going to see this contract play out on the last year of it with Keyshawn being the number one corner. I don't think that's going to happen. I will be surprised if something isn't done either on Keyshawn's end or by the Packers before the opening day. What that looks like in training camp, I don't know. But I don't envision him being a full participant from now through September 7th. And then all of a sudden, we're going to go play. Who do we play first? I forget. The Vikings up in Minnesota.
The Vikings in Minnesota, yeah.
I don't foresee him playing at 4.3. And I know plenty of Packer fans are like, well, he's under contract. He has to. It's not the way the world works. And now, in this player empowerment movement, it's definitely not. Now, the Packers can say, much like they did with Elton Jenkins last year, tough luck. Mm-hmm. Or they can say, you know what? We're going to give you a little sweetener. We're not going to give you a new deal, but we'll give you some incentive sweeteners to get your salary up to more where in line it should be as a starting number one corner. I don't know. That is a tough bridge to get through. And maybe I'm just misreading this situation completely wrong, and Keyshawn's completely content with being 1 year left, making $4 million as a number one corner. I'll be shocked if I am, though.
Yeah, and I would also add, not that this is Keyshawn's concern, but I don't get the sense that the fan base is overly positive about him and would be supportive of him withholding his services. Like, there are certain instances where you got the fans on your side. I don't feel like this one's one of them.
No, but I would also say that's fine for now. And I don't disagree with anything you just said. I think fans, especially after, DJ Moore had the touchdown, and Keyshawn's a good football player.
Yes.
I don't think anybody can argue that. Is he a number one corner? He is for this team. And I think a lot of Packer fans would like to see that change. We'll see if that is indeed the case. And I don't blame the Green Bay Packers for saying, well, no, we're not giving you a new 3-4 year deal that's going to be top market. But this is where you can get, a guy at a lesser value than maybe what he would get outside of it being in a free agency situation.
We'll be joined by Bill Schroeder coming up to talk Brewers. Before we do that, and I do want to ask you later if there are people that you think once healthy in training camp may actually withhold their services, but we'll get to that after I tell you about Behind the Bucks, the Behind the Bucks podcast, which can be found on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. The Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the current season of Behind the Bucks. You can find that on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. Bill Schroeder of Brewers TV, scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Mark Tausch here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring, it keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love, with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
Get ready to sip into summer with the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors, strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, all packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's backyard barbecues, fireworks, lawn games, and classic summer flavor in every can. This season, bring the party, bring the nostalgia, and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up the brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the night, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like assorted Igloo coolers, 20% off. Assorted bags of grilling pellets or buy 2, get 1 free. And buy 3 Goodyear or Cooper tires, get 1 free. Save even more with consumer rebates. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Looking for a better spot for your next team outing or client meeting? Welcome to Veer North, Milwaukee's upscale sports bar, designed for more than just game day. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Stroh. Veer North, located on Milwaukee's east side, your go-to for catching the big game, happy hour, or your next group outing. This is more than your average sports bar. Elevated food, craft cocktails, and a modern atmosphere. Perfect for off-site meetings and entertaining clients. And when the game's on, you've got the best seat in the house. Veer North, Milwaukee's east side destination for business and game day alike.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This song brings back such great memories. And it also means that one of my favorite humans joins us. Gotta figure out how to get him on more frequently. He's a little busy. But every time he's on the Yuengling guest hotline, it makes me smile. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family-owned and operated. D.G. Yuengling and Son. Please enjoy responsibly. It is Bill Schroeder on Wilde and Tausch. Billy, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Pretty good. It's a lot of pressure, you put on me when you say I'm one of your favorite people. I mean,
no, you know this.
Like
well, Bill, and don't worry about it, Bill.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't. There's 7 billion people. He's one of my favorites.
Here's the deal. I won't tell Bill that you say that to every guest that joins the
I don't say it about I don't say it to every guest. I don't. It's not true.
No,
and
I won't say that.
And most guests I haven't known since I was in high school, like Bill.
Right.
So,
well, it's okay if you say it to every guest, as long as you say it to every guest and to me. So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That's okay.
See, that's why you're one of my favorite humans. You get it.
Yeah.
So before we start, and I don't want to start out on a sad note, but I think it's important because I think probably one of your humans and one of your favorite teammates, Charlie Moore, passed away over the weekend.
Yeah, suddenly,
And he, again, as someone, you obviously played with him. I admired him. I was a catcher, not a very good one. He was not only a terrific catcher, but then he moved to right field and was a fantastic player out there to make room for the great Bill Schroeder behind the plate. I would love for your thoughts on Charlie, who passed away at age 72, but one of those iconic members of that 82 team and beyond.
Yeah, everybody remembers that throw he made. I think it was in the World Series, right? In right field, and kind of ended an inning. But Charlie was just, he was a gamer. He always had a smile on his face. He enjoyed playing the game of baseball. Everybody on the team loved the guy. A lot of guys picked on him. He wasn't a real tall guy. They called him Munchie, but he was, but. He was just a lot of fun to be around. I mean, the guy just enjoyed life, and he had a great family. And I came up in '83. He was hurt, Simmons was hurt, Ned Yost was hurt, and I kind of finished that season. So we had actually 4 catchers on the team at that time. But I played alongside Charlie for a few years. I had him as a fantasy camp coach on a number of occasions. And the guys just loved him. The fantasy campers loved him. I mean, he enjoyed mixing it up with the guys. I mean, he never had an attitude. I mean, he's a guy that, I hadn't seen a whole lot of recently, but, in the baseball world, and Tausch, you understand this, being in football, is that, you don't see a guy for maybe 5-6 years, and you see him and you kind of go right back to where you were 5-6 years ago. There's no warming up in the bullpen. There's no, trying to fill each other out. It's like just one of those things where you have that camaraderie. It's just a great thing, and it's one of the great things about fantasy camp. And Tausch, you have been there, just staying connected with a lot of the former Brewers, and we had a lot of those guys, including Charlie, as coaches back in the day.
Well, he was certainly a vital part of those 80s teams and was beloved. And we send our condolences to his family. He was great, by the way. He had some really memorable lines in Just a Bit Outside, the documentary that Kelly Call did. It's really well done. If you still haven't seen it, I think it's still on Tubi. You can find it there, or Roku. It's worth your time. All right, Billy. Look, we're running. I'm guessing you're already out of superlatives for The Miz. I know you weren't on the call, but you're. No. My goodness gracious, what is there left to say about this kid?
Well, he keeps getting better. Last year he was a guy that just threw hard, right, and he was just rearing back and letting her fly, and wasn't doing a whole lot of pitching, quote unquote, mixing it up a little bit. But now, he's a guy that he's a pitcher. He's learned very quickly, and I think that the Brewers pitching group. Chris Hook and Henderson, and those guys. William Contreras has done a lot to bring this kid along. But how many pitches over 100 miles an hour? I was watching the game. Honestly, I'm up in Door County right now, so I'm only doing 60 games. So when I'm
can I head up there after the show? You want
Egg Hopper? Absolutely.
He's up there in Egg Hopper.
But you're gonna have to. Yeah, I'm putting together some lawn furniture, so if you come up here, you're going to have to bring a screwdriver.
I can hand
I'm not very good at that stuff. I always have extra pieces. I always have extra pieces left over. But
sounds like we'd be a good team.
I was on the golf course, with my wife yesterday, and I actually had on my phone the live TV feed with Levering and Rutino. Yesterday, I can't get away from it. I'm not working again for a week. I'm doing the Giants series when, they come back from this road trip, and I'm sitting there in between shots watching, the game and watching the Yelich home run and the fact that these guys keep throwing big numbers up in the first inning. But Mizorowski's an amazing guy. He's just so humble. He really enjoys. He said yesterday, "Yeah, I'm a hard thrower. I throw hard. That's what I do." So he kind of minimizes a lot of the success that he's had, but he's not just a thrower. He's throwing 103 miles an hour with a curveball and a slider, and he throws a slider 98 miles an hour. So he's an incredible talent, and you just got to hope that he keeps going and keeps improving, and there's no end to how good this kid can be.
So to your point, 57 pitches over 100 miles per hour. I am looking at Baseball Reference right now, and during your storied baseball career, you batted 4 times against Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, you hit 500 against him. You were 2 for 4.
I'll never forget it. 2 for 4 in one game. So, Ryan had a shutout going, and we were in Anaheim. We were in Texas, and it was right after the lockout, I believe it was, and I was catching a doubleheader. Game 1, Nolan Ryan has got a shutout going, one of like 1,000 shutouts that he threw. So I don't know how it happened, but Glenn Braggs, I believe, got on second base, and he threw me a fastball down and away. And I was never a guy that went to right field all that great, but I hit a bullet right down the line, hit the chalk, all right, for a double, scored a run, and I swear to God, let me tell you this, and I mean this in all sincerity. I was standing at second base. Nolan Ryan got the ball. He started walking toward me. So I just broke up one of his many, many shutouts. I came so close to apologizing to him because he had that look in his eye like he had against Robin Ventura. I swear, I thought he was going to come out and kill me. How dare you? I'm telling you, I swear, I would never admit that. But Nolan Ryan, he walked like 3 steps toward me at second base. And he had that look in his eye like, how dare you? I mean, so.
Well, you don't want that.
First and last time, yeah. First and last time I ever got a hit and almost apologized to the pitcher.
Well, if he was giving you the Robin Ventura look, he kicked Robin Ventura's ass when he charged the mound.
I think Robin, would have thought about that next time he would have done that. But but anyway. I think they're registering speeds differently, these days. I mean, I caught some guys that threw awfully hard, Brian Harvey with the Angels, and, I faced guys like Tom Henke and Nolan Ryan, and, a lot of these guys that were just, back in those days, when you hit 92, 93 miles an hour, that was like eye-popping velocity back then. And I think a lot of it had to do, I know guys are throwing harder these days, but I think it's a matter of the way these guys are measuring speeds these days, and I think they ratchet up a little bit, taking nothing away from guys that are throwing 100. The first time I ever saw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball was back in the Billy Wagner days when he was at in Houston, and that was like unheard of, 100 triple digits, 100 miles an hour, But now it's amazing. A lot of relievers are throwing 100 miles an hour, but Mizorowski's doing it consistently through 6-7 innings and throwing almost 60 pitches over 100 miles an hour. It's incredible. I mean, he's something else.
Bill, when you look at the rest of the staff, obviously Miz has been fantastic. What goes on in this pitching lab? Because you bring guys in, and it just feels like Hook and the Brewers staff, they have things figured out. What goes on there?
Logan Henderson's doing a great job. Kyle Harrison, who's on the mound tonight, I mean, this guy's got the invisible fastball. He doesn't throw anywhere near what, Mizorowski, but, he gets a lot of swings and misses. You got Chad Patrick. Look what he's been able to do out of the bullpen. It's crazy. McGill, when he came over here, he was kind of like a guy that, all right, well, we'll see what we got out of this guy. He ended up as a closer. Uribe came in here, couldn't find the strike zone, but now he can close games out, and he's throwing a lot of strikes with a lot of different pitches, and it's just amazing. They have this pitching lab down in Arizona, and that's got like barbed wire and German shepherds, and you can't get anywhere near that place. I mean, I've asked a number of times, hey, can I go in there and just see what you got? No, you cannot. No, it's top secret. It's like they got the spotlight on it and everything else. So it's top secret. But I tell you what, whatever they're doing in there, it's unbelievable how they're able to get, guys that have had marginal careers or just young guys. The Brewers have the youngest starting rotation in all of baseball. It's just a little bit north of 25 years old. Kyle Harrison today, the starter, he's 24. I mean, it's amazing how quickly these guys come along based on what Chris Hook, Jim Henderson, the pitching group out there with the Brewers, what they're able to do. I don't know what they do. I know that Chris Hook, when he gets somebody over here, he'll let them pitch for a little bit without making recommendations right away. He looks at video. He compares video of the past and what they're doing now. And I mean, he's got the Midas touch. It's amazing what these guys can do with these pitchers.
Yeah, and I heard Harrison kind of commenting that he loves pitching after the Miz because maybe and I know it's a day different, but as a hitter, you have to assume you're used to having all that, and then the next day, maybe somebody that doesn't have that, nobody has the same velocity, but there's something to that too.
Yeah, you can get a guy into a slump after facing Mizorowski for 7 innings, right? I mean, so then the next day they come into the ballpark, they're kind of questioning, all the things that they have been doing. It's like pitching after a guy threw a knuckleball. You pitch after Phil Niekro. I mean, that's kind of an advantage back in the old days, right? You throw he throws knuckleballs, and all of a sudden now you're feeling like, how am I going to be able to hit? So, following Mizorowski in the rotation, not only, does he have the swing and miss stuff, but you got Mizorowski, the right-hander, you got Kyle Harrison, the left-hander. It's such a big difference in the way, pitches come into the strike zone and the look that these hitters have to deal with. It's genius, not only that, they're able to get the most out of these guys, but the way they set up the rotation to maximize that benefit.
Yeah. Rock, why does anybody trade with Matt Arnold? It just feels like every time we make a trade, we hammer people. And obviously with Harrison and the Red Sox. Why do people do it? I guess is my question.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they think that they're going to get the better of the deal. But, Matt Arnold, knock on wood. I'm sitting here knocking on wood outside here. But he really hasn't made any deals that you would have to say that what is he doing and what's going on here. So you trade Durbin, who's not really having that great a year, and Monasterio and Siegler for 3 bona fide great pitchers and a hitter. You got Hamilton, who does a lot of bunting, and then you got Harrison out there. So it's been really he knows what he's doing for sure. I mean, I never question anything he does in the off season or in the regular season, sending guys down, bringing guys up, because he really does know what he's doing. And Pat Murphy knows how to maximize whatever, he's able to use out there. So it's a combination. The organization is clicking on all cylinders right now. They are all on the same page.
Well, and fan experience, you missed Dog Day, right? The $1 hot dog. But what do you make of this tarps off movement? The old tarps off. I don't know if you've seen this up in the upper deck.
Yeah, we showed it up there, in that the last series, and it just kept growing, didn't it? It was like you had a few guys on, and what they did was, I don't know, it was a coincidence, but they were shining lights on them to identify those guys up there. But hey, you know what? As long as they're behaving themselves and they're not getting rowdy and they're having a good time, I mean, that's a great spot to do it up there in the upper deck in left field. So, hey, more power to them as long as they're behaving themselves and not creating problems and not getting Brewer security involved in their antics. I mean, let them do it. It's been great.
You're such a man of the people. Have they invited you to join in? Is that something you might be interested in at this point?
Well, at my stage of life, I don't even look at myself with no shirt on. So, when I take my shirt off, I'm not anywhere around any mirrors or anything like that. It's kind of like, back in the old days, when I had my baseball cards, I mean, I had no problem taking my shirt off, walking around and fronting my stuff. But now it's like, I have a tough time seeing my toes now, but there's no chance I'm taking any shirts off.
Now I know what a good setup man really feels like. Just because I just set the table. And
you knew I was going there, didn't you? You knew. Yeah. Well, I think everybody would be stunned if they would have thought that I would have said, "Yeah, I love walking around with no shirt on." So. I go to the pool. I wear a T-shirt when I'm in the pool, for crying out loud.
Swim shirts. We're a swim shirt crew. The three of us. We're
back in the 20s. The one-piece swimsuit back in the 20s. So.
Well, Bill, we'll let you knock on wood, which is probably not yet assembled into the lawn furniture that you're working on. I will grab my tool belt. I'll be up there. I don't know. It probably takes me 45 minutes after the show ends at noon. So if you're not done, let me know, and I'll come on up there. I could be really helpful, I'm sure.
I'll send up an SOS, like the bat sign up there in the sky if I have problems. But I put one together already, and I'm sitting in it, so I think I'm good. I think I did a good job with it.
Good work. Yeah. Well, I don't want to ruin your mojo then. Billy, we appreciate you whenever you make time for us. We try not to bother you too much, but, man, it is so much fun every time you join us. Thanks so much.
Anytime. You guys love having going on with you guys. And whenever you want me on, just please dial me up. I'm good.
All right. Well, now you've made the crucial mistake. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Talk to you later. See you later. Bye.
It's Bill Schroeder from Brewers TV. He's just such a wonderful guy, and we're so lucky to have him whenever we need him.
Fascinated. If they don't let Bill back in the pitching lab, man, what goes on back there?
Great question. And I know he was being a little bit facetious with the barbed wire,
I don't
the
think
German
he's
Shepherds.
being fully facetious, though. I think that was a part. There's a lot of facetiousness in that facetiousness.
Well, and you brought up Kyle Harrison. This is a guy that when the trade was made, you're like, oh, they traded away Caleb Durbin. He was third in the Rookie of the Year balloting. He was a important piece last year. And if anyone. You use the word soured, but I think that's probably a little bit strong. But you have reduced your standness for Goody. It would seem that Matt Arnold has pushed more of the right buttons than even Goody has in his time now as the Brewers GM.
No doubt. Now, I think Bill said it right. He makes a move, and you're kind of like, And I think after David Stearns, it was in Stearns we trust, and what he was able to do. Matt Arnold's probably even went a notch above. It's been unbelievable to watch and it's not every move, but man, it just seems like he knows something a lot of other people don't know.
Right.
And that's a good place to be.
And again, it's not like Harrison was a bum by any means, but he certainly was not having the success he's having now. So that idea of the pitching lab is a fascinating one. We'll continue our conversation after I tell you that you don't have to go up to Egg Harbor with Bill. You don't have to jump on a plane or hop on a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting for you in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the fun stuff happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, and the Marketplace. All kinds of food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, the event spaces are built to make them unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
You may know someone with multiple sclerosis, but you may not know what their day-to-day reality is really like. MS affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., impacting far more than mobility. MS can affect vision, thinking, energy, and daily life, often in ways others don't see or understand. This MS Awareness Week, take a moment to learn more, share what you learn, and be a champion for people living with MS. Learn more at nationalmssociety.org/awareness.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
Everything the Knicks did is now justified. They believed that Jalen Brunson could be the best player on a championship team. While that part is still TBD, they are right-ish because they are in the NBA Finals. It is justified. They were justified in moving on from Tom Thibodeau, who as a head coach never got to the NBA Finals. Mike Brown has been not good, he has been great, and Mike Brown is now in the NBA Finals for the second time as a full-time head coach. They are justified in trading 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges. They are justified in trading Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo for Karl Anthony Towns. They are justified in trading for OG and giving up 2 guys they drafted in the first round, in RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. They are justified, CC, in everything they have done getting to this point.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
At Ewald Automotive Group, we don't just see the uniform, we see the people in them. Ewald salutes those who serve and are brave first responders. Thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. As always, service members and their families can benefit from the Ewald Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. And for every new car sold this month, we'll make a donation to local military and first responder charities. Thank you from Ewald Automotive Group.
The wait is over. The Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox, returns to State Fair Park this Wednesday with the Glam Band. Gates open at 6, live music starts at 7. Grab your friends and kick off the season on Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
We'll get to the 11 o'clock hour coming up, which will include a Will Riley that I will predict you won't want to miss.
Ooh.
Riley, I don't want to oversell this, but I assume you have told your story of the trip to the...
Is he getting married? Is he getting married?
Not to my knowledge.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Still, what dare I ask? Same gal that you ran into with Tausch on the Picnic Point journey?
Yep, same gal from that fateful Valentine's Day running into Tausch on the Lakeshore Path.
What a day.
Yeah, great day.
Memorable for her, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. It was memorable for everyone involved, but progressing well, progressing very well. I'm
glad
happy
to hear that. But have you shared on the Saturday Scramble or elsewhere your the story of your trip to the SEC Conference Tournament Baseball?
I have shared it on my social media platforms, so you can check out a little video, a little story time with myself. It's about a minute long on my Twitter page, but I will tell it more in full on this show.
You've been saving it for this show?
Well, I will say it was brought up on Jim, Matt, and Molly on Friday, and I happened to be listening at the time, so I had to call in and clarify a few things, but I didn't tell the full tale. So first time telling the full tale is on this show. Will Riley.
Okay, well, we'll get to that at the bottom of the 11 o'clock hour, which will begin after I tell you. We just talked to Bill Schroeder. We talked about the Brewers. Lots of great things happening at AmFam Field, and you get even more great things and great perks if you are a Brewers checking account customer with Associated Bank. You'll save 20% off at the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. You'll get up to 50% off select home game tickets if you're a Brewers checking account customer. You'll get express entry through the Associated Bank entrance at AmFam Field. Plus, on top of that, early pre-sale access to designated concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field, and savings both on the Brewers Baseball Academy when you register for that, or when you register for the famous Racing Sausages Run and Walk. All that and the best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tausch. Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at associatedbank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we know the best place to watch a Brewers game is at the ballpark, but the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game is X Golf in Brookfield or X Golf in Mequon all season long. During Brewers games, whether it's during the day, whether it's at night, you get 50% off your sim time. They have $2 Miller Lite taps and have club-level Brewers ticket giveaways all season long. Don't miss out at X Golf in Brookfield and X Golf in Mequon. It's the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11th blackout of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And unless Tausch would like to bring up something unexpected, which has been known to happen once or twice, you want to hear from Leroy Butler?
Absolutely, I do. It's been waiting for 3 days.
Yeah, by the way, I got a nice note from my buddy Jeff, who works at the State Journal. Was one of my biggest supporters during my time there, and is a huge supporter of this here program. And he was, over the weekend, at a friend's party in Chicago with his girlfriend, wearing a Brewers shirt because, he wanted to get after Cubs fans who might have been attending the party. And there's a guy there at the party who asks him if he's a Packers fan, and he says, yeah, I'm a Packers fan, but my girlfriend just lives and dies with the Packers. And he hands them an autographed football from the gravedigger Gilbert Brown, which this guy got at Trapper's Turn at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournament, and he gifted this to Jeff and his girlfriend. How's that for a small world? And Jeff said, hey, I was listening to that. Wilde and Tausch were there, and Tausch was there. I heard Gilbert. And we also heard Leroy Butler, who, what he said should have been music to Tausch's ears when it comes to the Packers rivalry with the Chicago Bears and how the Packers need to be approaching it moving forward.
I'll tell you one thing. One of the things Leroy does besides give great quotes and do this, and our part-timers that were out there helping last week did a great job. And I believe they're going to be helping me again Friday when I'm out at University Ridge doing, we got the Legends Golf
Might be helping us. I think I might be able to make it.
Is that right? That'll be great.
Awesome.
Then I can head out and golf earlier. That'd be great.
That's exactly what. That's the only reason. So wait. So if I don't come earlier, you will stay and do the whole show?
No, I'm gonna have to probably bounce. The tee times. It's not quite. Tellurian moved theirs up a bunch. This one I think is at 11 o'clock, so I get 2 good solid hours. Leroy hands out autographed cards of himself.
Like Bruce Sutter did when Rob Domofsky was growing up in his neighborhood and trick-or-treated at his house?
Yeah, and I think obviously Leroy is a Hall of Famer and a legend. I like it. I'm wondering, I think that's a really solid move. And I think the young ladies, he does this at the bar. Like he when he goes to these signings or he goes to these events, he's autographing stuff. He's giving it out. That's when you were saying that. I thought, he got one of Leroy's autographs. Well, Gilbert does. No, I'm sure there's some people like, what the hell? Yeah. But I think for the most, people are like, this is awesome that Leroy did this.
So you're not considering taking a page out of his playbook, though?
No, I'm not at the level of Leroy.
Yeah, what level do you have to be at to carry around autographed cards of yourself?
Glossies.
I don't know.
8x10 glossies.
I don't know. You have to be where people are like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And I think in the right places, I think if you're at an autograph signing or if you're, at a grocery store, whatever it might be, at a Sendik's and you're doing it, great. But to just be out in public, and you have to have a lot of bravado to do that.
So where is the line between nice gifts, cool thing, fun interaction, and douchey, full of yourself guy? Because Leroy I would argue Leroy's on the right side of it. Whatever that line is, I think he's on a good side. Like he's obviously he's very known in the community. Mm-hmm. So I think he's in a good place where he does that, and you don't look at him like, what are you doing here, right? Whereas I think you, being a more humble fellow, would say, that's not me. I'm not going to do that.
No, I'd be
sort
uncomfortable.
Of thing.
I would be uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't know. It's a really good question. Like, and I always go back to Deion Sanders. To me, is the gold standard of this because of how he. If Deion Sanders is walking around and he hands me a card, I'm like, that's awesome. Thank you.
Bo Jackson?
I would do that with Bo Jackson. Absolutely.
Too humble.
Yeah.
Don't think he would do it, though.
Bo wouldn't do that, but I think I told you the story before where he just randomly was out playing golf at University Ridge Golf Course. He just jumped out there and was playing. And he jumped in with a threesome. Can you imagine? Like, I think everybody's like, no, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So I don't know you have to be a pretty big star to do that, I feel.
If Ben Brust were to do that, he would be on the wrong side of the line.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe a glossy if they're making that half-court shot.
He would. No? He'd want to do that, but I think I don't know.
He's got enough self-awareness not to.
I would say this. Very few people should do that. is how I would argue that. Very few.
Well, in the interest of staying on the clock and making sure that Will Riley has sufficient time to tell his story, why don't we play Leroy Butler next after you tell us once again about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, if you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin, they have a bunch of zero-interest financing options available to you. In Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home within your budget, all at zero interest. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to get started.
Gina Della could do it.
For sure.
David Gruber could do it.
Yep.
Okay, this is a really interesting. I'm fascinated. I'm trying to think of other people in our orbit that would be qualified to do this sort of. I kind of like, and then they could personalize them. Bart Starr used to always personalize all of his autographs, so they weren't being just resold to make money off of them. So we will get to Leroy Butler and what he said about the Packers-Bears rivalry, maybe. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Bayview, the pig, is back. Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue is completely remodeled, better than ever, and throwing a grand reopening you won't want to miss. Join us Saturday, June 6th for live music, free samples, and amazing deals all day long. Fresh new look, same friendly faces. Same locally owned Piggly Wiggly you've always loved, now with a new assortment, expanded produce, and revamped bakery and deli.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Porch season is calling, and Carbless has the answer. Introducing the new limited release Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack. It's the bright, refreshing taste of lemon iced tea with smooth vodka, no carbonation, and that bold, carbless flavor you know and love. A little nostalgic, a little unexpected, and absolutely made for summer. From backyard barbecues to weekends at the lake, this is the can you'll want in hand. Get the new Carbless Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack before it's gone. Go to drinkcarbless.com to find Carbless brand new flavor near you and grab it while you can.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value.
So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like assorted Onyx life vests, 25% off. Save 20% on assorted Igloo coolers. And get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Hill's Science Diet dog food and treats. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, before we get sidetracked again, Riley, play the clip from Leroy Butler at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournament, of which Tausch participated, as well as doing the radio program from it. Here's Leroy Butler talking about the Packers-Bears rivalry.
Ever since Ben Johnson got there, it seemed like they're playing for keeps, and we're playing for a promise. Ben Johnson don't care. He's not trying to be your friend. He's not trying to shake your hand. He's not trying to follow the rules. And yes, he'll go for it. Yes, he'll do stuff to demoralize you. Because they're thinking, this is the youngest team in the league. How can I put pressure on them? Okay, we're just going to sell out and just blitz everybody. We don't care what happens. Ben Johnson is one of these guys that, you know, you're supposed to, back in the day, you get your gun and you take 10 steps. You're taking 10. He takes 6 and turn around and shoot you. Cause to him, he just wants you to know that, he wants you to just keep looking behind your back. I'm going to keep looking to see. We got to change that.
It may be the greatest description I've heard of Ben Johnson. I kind of begrudgingly admire how douchey he is. And Leroy nails it with his description there. I don't see Matt LaFleur, Tausch, ever being that guy. So if you're hoping that the Packers head coach is going to out-douchey Ben Johnson, don't get your hopes up, because that's not happening. I also don't quite fully understand what they're playing for keeps. The Packers are playing for a promise means, but for some reason I like it. Did you feel the same way when he said that? Like, I don't really know what it means, but I do like it in terms of just the concept, but I don't know what it means. It would appear that Tausch is having some technical issues from what I can see on the video screen. I can see him fine. He can't hear me. As a young person, Riley, I always go to you young people. Mm-hmm. Do we like coaches that are that way?
I don't know. I think he's like, I don't know, the first comp that comes to my mind is like a Brad Davison type player. If you
like him if he's yours?
Yep. If he's on your team, if Ben Johnson's your coach, I have a roommate who's a Bears fan, and he loves Ben Johnson. He's had to deal with us Packers fans talking smack to him for probably mostly his entire life at this point, and he loves that Ben Johnson is willing to walk off the field without shaking hands with Matt LaFleur. He loves the fact that, like Leroy Butler said, he'll shoot you in the back at 6 steps. Like, I think Bears fans really appreciate that because he's won along with it. So I think it's a situation where if he's your guy and he's winning, it's awesome. If he's on the other side, like he is for us Packers fans, he sucks and not a fan.
When you say that about Brad Davison, you say that in the nicest possible way.
Yes, of course.
You're a Badger. So
exactly. I talked with Brad Davison. He's the nicest guy. I loved Brad Davison when he was playing for us, but I can understand why Michigan State fans weren't overly fond of him.
Does
Tausch?
the Bears, let me ask you this, do the Bears sweep us or win 2 out of 3 last year if Ben Johnson's not the head coach?
No.
Jason?
No, I think he instilled a swagger that they could think. Well, I mean, they also won a lot of close games and won games in the last 2 minutes, which gives you confidence later in the season you can do it again.
But that's,
no,
I mean, that's not a chicken and egg deal, I don't think. That's a chicken and chicken deal. Like, I don't think they win that game. It's not like, well, if one thing is, like, they don't have that swagger without him.
Mm-hmm.
They don't win those close games without him because you don't have that swagger without him.
So, if I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, they started the regular season under him. I think they got beat by the Vikings and the Lions out of the gate.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I don't know what his swagger quotient was then, but then they beat the Cowboys. I remember that. And then I think they won a close game in Vegas, and that was like the start of their kind of run of winning some close games, and they won a shootout with the Bengals. I would say that you can have a coach who's got swagger, like Mike Holmgren, right? Mike Holmgren lost his first 2 games as the Packers head coach back in '92, and he tells a great story about, God, I didn't think we were going to win another game, right? And then obviously once they start to have a little success, you have a guy that has a presence, and then it starts to multiply, right? So when you're 0-2, I'm sure Ben Johnson is trying to generate some swagger for them, but you still got to win.
Yes, you
and
do.
Yes, by the end of the season, the combination of what they had done in close games and having that coach that made them feel like they could win any game, and then they went out and did so, was great. I'm sure that they were, I mean, it was 21-3 in that playoff game. And I believe it was 21-6 entering the fourth quarter. And then they scored 25 fourth quarter points and win 31-27. So, yes, I think you make a very good point that they probably are not winning those games if they don't have that cocky son of a gun as their head coach. My question is, the NFL comes at you quick, as you've taught us. And no matter how good things are, you are going to have bumps in the road. Has he proven enough that if they have like a 3-game losing streak, guys will still be swagalicious no matter what with him because of what he's done already in year 1?
Yes. Yeah, guys have bought in, and I think you realize that there's going to be some ups and downs, but that what he's preaching to you works, and that's always the hardest part of, establishing culture is getting through those tough times. And I know the Bears had some, but very minimal. They'll have tough times again this year. But the belief that the group has that he is the guy, once you get that, it's really tough to lose it, at least quickly. There can be some erosion that will happen. But for the most part, I think you look at it and you say, if you're a Bears fan, you're really excited to hear. I'm excited to hear what Leroy Butler said there. Like, what he said there tells me as a Bears fan, boy, they got their guy. We have our guy. Not that people didn't know that, but that's coming from a Hall of Fame Packers player. Like, that tells you all of this other stuff. And I've been saying we need to get the intensity gap closed. And I'm not worried about that. I mean, I would be a little bit if I think you're seeing more of it, but that part of it, because of the way the season ended, the guys in that locker room are going to have that cranked up. I just want to make sure everybody's feeling that. I do think Jordan Love and all of these current players are going to be feeling that too.
Evan Williams made you feel a little bit better, right, when he joined us. Leroy obviously isn't on the team, but he certainly is an iconic player. I don't know, given our limited access of one locker room period per week with the OTAs, I don't know how much the Bears will come up in conversation tomorrow. But is there an off-season component to showing that? Like, we basically, there's three kind of narratives for the off-season, right? One is finish, right? LaFleur talked about how they have to be better at finishing games and finishing the season. Goody had said that as well. Two is the Bears' angle. I don't know how much attention that will get, but it is May. It's not getting ready for them on October 11th. But then the third one is obviously this year one with the offense. And I keep thinking about what Joe Thomas said, and I don't know what he saw at that practice that he was at in his Packers gear. But, like, he talked about Josh Jacobs and the outside zone, and I find myself wondering and want to ask Matt LaFleur, are they going to get back to that a little bit more?
That'd be a good question to ask.
That'd
be a good question to ask.
So those are kind of the three narratives that I kind of have in my mind. When do you think you see we're going to get even with the Bears mentality come to the fore? It has to happen before the first game, obviously, the week of that game. But will we see hints of that before that, do you think?
I just think that you'll know we didn't win the division. We didn't accomplish what we were looking for. Someone else was able to do that. And I think there'll be subtle things. But, yeah, I'm not interested. And I was listening to a podcast the other day talking about, I think it was Ed Orgeron, would come in and slam projectors and get guys all jacked up 8 hours before the game. And you're kind of like, at the hotel, you're kind of like, well, all right. Again, you only have so much emotional capacity. The tank will empty. You can't go to it every week. It's too long and too hard of a season to think you're going to get 17 weeks of cranked up, top-notch, hot urine, right, to use a Matt LaFleurism.
Sure.
If that urine in hot October 11th, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
They literally beat us, and their fans have talked crap all offseason. They know it. And you don't want to be like all caught up but that's the stuff, the passion of a rivalry that hits. It's why Michigan and Ohio State games are always so intense. That's what Packers and Bears have always been until they weren't. That ain't going to be the case anymore. These are going to be two teams with piping hot urine just ready to let it roll. And we'll see whose urine's hotter. But I can't imagine the Green Bay Packers not having the hottest urine of anybody in that game because they're now, and we're not going to be underdogs. I feel fairly confident. I don't know what the spread is. We won't be nobody's underdog. But emotionally and having that energy, I would be shocked if we didn't tip out and have our thermometer piping hot by the time we get to that game.
Kind of like your thermometer is piping hot when you're going to talk Annex Wealth Management and do a webinar with Dr. J and everything else that you and Annex like to do together.
Indeed, and it's hard to keep up with all the different global issues going on. I read this ship got through the Strait of Hormuz, and it didn't. We don't even know. And on top of that, how all of these things around the world affects our money. Gas prices, inflation, war in Ukraine, Well, if you're looking to learn how to plan and stay on your goal, even with everything going on around, give the people at Annex a call. When they plan, they start by talking with you about what's important and start building from there. Then rigorously test the plan against hundreds of different scenarios, all with those possibilities. Nothing's going to make you 100% calm, but what does make you calm is having a great team of experts that will help you. That is the great team at Annex. They'll help you with all your financial plannings. Give them a call or go to annexwealth.com and click that little Get Started button to get going today.
Riley Yauk has the, I don't want to say story of the year. That's probably too much pressure to put on the
I'm real curious.
But he's got himself a story and an interesting epilogue to the story, from what I gather. He will share that story for the first time in its entirety. Next, during Will Riley. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world, except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
That's the sound of the hail sale hitting Metro Kia of Madison. Oh, hail yeah! Recent storms rolled through, but here's the best part. Insurance has already covered the damage. That means one thing for you. Big savings across a wide selection of vehicles. This is your chance to upgrade and save thousands. Got a trade? We'll take it, paid off or not. Our lenders are working hard to help get you approved. If you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Don't miss the hail sale happening now at your community-driven Metro Kia of Madison.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every Sunday home game, April through August, kids ages 14 and under have an opportunity to meet and receive an autograph from a Brewers player, alumni, and or a Brewers personality. Thanks to eFruity. Autographs are limited to one per child. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring, it keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love, with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is our crew.
And a high fly ball deep right field. This ball's way back there. That one's off the scoreboard and over it and out of this ballpark.
Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
The moment we've all been waiting for. The international debut of this incredible story of you're a little bit of a pot stirrer, aren't you?
Just a little. From time to time.
The stirrer of the pot, Riley Auk. Time now for Will Riley.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Alrighty, I don't know if I'd say this is the story of the year, but it was a pretty fun story. So, it started last year. The tradition will probably end this year as our friend has now graduated from the University of Missouri. But one of my friends from high school played baseball for the Missouri Tigers. And every team in the SEC goes to the SEC baseball tournament. So we figured, since one of my friends, his parents live down in Alabama, might as well go down to Hoover, Alabama to watch our buddy play in the SEC baseball tournament. So we go to the stadium. I'm repping my Missouri Tigers ball cap and a shirt that is just emblazoned with the Big Ten logo. Jason, you said your friend Jeff went down to Chicago wearing a Brewers shirt, you know, like a little antagonistic, but also kind of a conversation
Not
starter.
a little. Not a little. It's definitely antagonistic.
But, you know, you get
How is this? Just wait a second. You think wearing a Big Ten shirt down there is antagonistic?
To the SEC tournaments? He wants the attention. He wants to bring the smoke. That is, he is looking for a reaction. True or false?
True. Missouri was in the Big 8 not that long ago. Like, what are we doing here? All right, continue, Riles.
Missouri.
I don't think it's that smoky.
Aside, Missouri easily the least SEC team. There was 24.
For sure.
24 out of a few thousand people there cheering for Missouri. I counted them up. Almost all of them were parents. I think all of them were parents outside of us. So me and my friend are now just walking around the stadium. We get there about a half hour before first pitch, and we're approached by 2 SEC staffers. They've got the earpieces, all the get up and whatnot, and they come up to us. They saw my Missouri hat, and they say, "Oh, we see you guys are Mizzou fans. Do you guys want a free seat upgrade?" And we're like, "Of course. Where are the seats?" And they're like,
"Were you wearing a jacket?"
No, I had the Big Ten shirt on.
So these people came up to you. You had the Big Ten T-shirt clearly visible.
Very visible, yes.
Okay.
And
continue.
We're like, of course. So they're like, all right behind home plate. They take us there, has pieces of paper that say reserved for the SEC. It was hilarious. They sit us down. They're like, all right, here you go. Enjoy the ball game. But then there's a third member of the staff there, also in SEC garb, and she looks at me, gives me sort of a quizzical glance, and is like, that's not a very good shirt to be wearing. And
Is she 97 years old?
No, she was probably roughly my age, but that's how it sounded in my head. And I say, or it's a really great shirt to be wearing, kind of joking. And then she did not take the joke. She scowled at me and was like, rolled her eyes and was like, whatever. And then they huddled up and started chatting. And after maybe a minute or so, one of the first ladies who gave us these seats comes up and is like, all right, so you're wearing a Big Ten shirt. We have 2 options for you. We can't show that on TV. So you either can go back to your original seats, or we have an SEC hoodie that you can put on. Mind you, it feels like 95 degrees. Blazing sunshine at the Hoover Met. I'm not putting on a hoodie. I'm also not putting on anything that says SEC. But I offered, being, a businessman,
tarps up,
a barterer.
Tarps off.
I could have done tarps off. That would have been a good idea too. But I asked, hey, can I get a Mizzou shirt? I saw him at the team store. I'll wear a Mizzou shirt. and then I'll stay. And they were like, nah, we don't have any T-shirts. Side of the hoodie, or you have to go back. And then I talked with my friend, and we decided, all right, it's not worth it. Let's just head back to our seats. We can sit with the Mizzou parents, hang out there. Still a great view. Have a good time. That's what we ended up doing. No real big show of it. It could have ended there, but then I decided to tell my story on social media. I brought it to the world. And then I posted on Twitter and received a notification a few hours later saying that the Big Ten Conference has followed you. And then I see I have a direct message from the Big Ten Conference saying, hey, Riley, we're sorry about what happened in Alabama. We appreciate you repping the Big Ten. Give us your shirt size and your address. We'd like to do our part to make up for it, which led
to he's grabbing a package.
The reception of this care package from the Big Ten Conference, which I will do an unboxing video probably shortly after the show wraps up today to see what they sent me and post it to the world.
You haven't opened it yet?
No. We got to do
it. So, Riles, do you have the jump around today that you're going to do this on, or do you want to wait? I'm in studio tomorrow. That might be fun.
Do a little...
Sounds to me like he was planning on doing it on his social media channel.
I was initially planning on doing it on my social media,
Can't
then
you
maybe
do both?
repost from ESPN.
Okay.
So
Well, you do you.
We could do a combined...
I'd like to give a little play-by-play, if you will, tomorrow.
You're more of a
That could be
color
really
guy.
Fun. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying. Just everybody, you're always trying to work your craft, right? And
Sure.
so,
Yeah.
Riley,
We'll get
here's
the
the deal.
fan.
Do your deal.
Okay.
But it just shows you how big of a the SEC. They're such babies.
That's what I'm saying.
Like all of a sudden now, because they don't get to have a monopoly on paying players illegally, allegedly.
It just means more.
Now that they haven't won a championship in football in 4 years, now they're going to be all. They looked at the Big Ten like we looked at the Bears. Oh, that's cute. Oh, you guys go win a women's national championship in hockey. Oh, we'll throw you this. But the sport, this is what we're going to, the football and the basketball, that's what we're going to go win. And now you don't. Now the Big Ten is ruling everything. Hockey, basketball, it doesn't matter. We're ruling it. And the SEC can't take some kid coming down wearing a shirt. And by the way, he has a Missouri hat on. It's not like he says SEC sucks. That's what they're going to go to. That's so childish and immature, and I love every second of it. I love it. The rivalry is heated. We're battling out over we want 24 teams or 12 teams. I love the fact that we're now on top of them and dominating them. In a world where it's been SEC rules everything, now they're complaining and crying about a young man wearing a Big Ten t-shirt at a lightly attended SEC baseball game? How much ownership do we have in the SEC's mind? It means more? Cry more. Cry more, SEC. What in the world? That from somebody that has always had an inferiority complex as a conference against the SEC, this should be so bittersweet that they're tearing up about a little t-shirt that you're wearing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Love it.
It was hilarious. And I did get one compliment as I was walking around outside the stadium. Someone was like, hey, like your Big Ten shirt. So I had one ally amongst the thousands in the stadium. And I was there cheering for Mizzou. Like there's maybe a couple thousand people here. It was ridiculous. It showed their softness, but it was awesome, and ultimately I got the reaction I wanted.
People that do that. I mean, what are they don't they realize this is how this is going to play out? That's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
Riley, when you put your Big Ten shirt on that morning in Hoover, Alabama, what were you envisioning happening during the course of your visit to this game, and how does it compare to the story of the upgraded? Like, it's one thing if you just get some dirty looks, right? but the upgrade, the revocation of the upgrade, the social media telling of the story, and the care package from the conference, I can't imagine that you imagined getting this. Like, you did it for attention. You're an attention seeker. You're a pot stirrer. Mm-hmm. But this went beyond what you were hoping for, correct?
Yes. I wore the exact same outfit to the SEC baseball tournament last year when you watched our friend. Missouri hat, Big Ten shirt, and I got a lot of dirty looks, a lot of weird comments. Everyone was a bit confused, but nothing really happened. This far exceeded any expectations. I figured just posting the story, it was just a funny story. I got a fun reaction. My friend got a big kick out of it. I definitely did not expect the Big Ten to reach out and send me a box of what I presume to be Big Ten merchandise.
Swag City.
But yeah, it's just a fun conversation starter. It's fun to remind all the SEC folks, hey, this is the conference that runs things. Wisconsin is in that conference. Therefore, Wisconsin is superior to every team in the SEC. At least that's how I look at it. So it's just fun to be big brother and jab, throw a couple jabs at little bro.
So one more question, if I may.
Yes.
So given the reaction that this has elicited, which far exceeded your hopes and expectations. Mm-hmm. Back in the 70s, long before you came along, there was a guy that would wear a rainbow afro and hold a sign behind home plate at baseball games or out in the outfield that said John 3:16, as you're familiar with the Bible verse.
Yes.
Has this emboldened you now as a content creator to seek out other opportunities for you to stir various pots? And can we expect you to be showing up, at a Michigan-Ohio State game with, a Badger football shirt? That wouldn't really work for you because they'd just be like, you're a loser, we're better than you. But what have you are you thinking about expanding the pot-stirring brand that you're creating?
See, I think it could be fun. I was talking with my friend who we went down to this tournament with. It could be fun to make this a yearly trip, even though our friend is now graduated and is no longer playing baseball at Missouri. Just go down to the SEC tournament every year. It's 20 minutes away from his parents' house, and then just show up in the Big Ten shirt every single year. Ideally, maybe the whole week, every session. So then eventually you start coming up with this reputation, and it's why is there this Big Ten guy always showing up? Exactly.
You're the Marlin man.
New Marlins man. Just a constant reminder of the SEC's inferiority. I think that'd be kind of funny.
I don't understand why they would give you a hoodie, but they wouldn't give you a T-shirt.
And they literally did a T-shirt toss later in the game. They had T-shirts lying around. And then they're like, oh, no, you could bake to death in this SEC hoodie, but you can't wear a Big Ten shirt.
We're going to give you a hoodie in 90-degree temperatures, hoping that you will need medical attention by the third inning.
Assassination attempt. What?
Jeez.
That was a little stronger than I was thinking, but okay.
But why do you even have a hoodie? It's 90 degrees. Who's wearing a hoodie? I saw some guys in those fishing shirts that are really thin and long sleeve to avoid sunburn. But why do you have a hoodie? I don't get it.
Well, I gotta say, that lived up to its billing.
Totally lived up to it. Totally lived up to that.
Happy to hear.
If we're being honest, is not usually the case here on this program. Another event that lives up to its billing.
I simply just don't understand what they bring you in, and then they make this a bigger spectacle. It's just amazing to me how, I don't want to say the word I'm thinking, just how foolish people are. It's amazing.
I can't I can't wait to see what's in that box.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll do an unveiling tomorrow when Tausch is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And then, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday.
Yeah,
you're like Rob Lowe. Wearing the NFL hat, you're just going to be Mr. Big Ten guy.
Well, yeah, but he didn't go to an NBA game. wearing the NFL hat.
I know, but he's going to be Mr. Big Ten. All that swag that's going to be in there.
Hopefully
amazing.
there's a hat. Now I can add the hat to the collection.
Well, because no Missouri anymore, so you got to go hat as well.
Exactly.
Tausch, tell us about the AmFam Championship.
I will indeed. Maybe Jesse and Riley will be wearing different Big Ten. I don't know what they're going to be wearing, but we will all be out at the American Family Insurance Championship, which returns to Madison this June. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts the PGA Tour Champions event at TPC Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramby formats in an exciting two-team matchup. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 5th through the 7th. We got a little Big Town coming Friday night. You can get other details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com.
An important question from Jacob in the YouTube comments that Riley will answer as we wrap up the show. I will ask him it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the St. Louis Cardinals.
2-2 pitch to Yelich, and a fly ball left center field, hit well. Racing back is Torres at the track, wall gone!
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN. Rah! Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Wisconsin football alum Lamar Soup Campbell, now working in the front office with the Seattle Seahawks, joined the Jump Around on ESPN Madison. As the university prepares to hire a new director of athletics, here's Soup's message to everyone part of the Badgers community about the future of the football program.
It's going to take us some time to turn it around from where we are when a new AD comes in. Unless we have Mark Cuban money coming in like Indiana did, like a flip a roster in 2 years, so be it. But you have to get the loyalty and the belief of the fans back.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. PellaWI.com.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It's time for the American Value event in Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a 2025 Ford Bronco with 4.9% APR for 66 months. That's just $17.64 for $1,000 finance. Plus, every new vehicle at Metro Ford of Madison comes with their exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Don't miss out. These offers end May 31st, 2026. Head to Metro Ford of Madison on the east side or visit metrofordofmadison.com and drive home your new F-150 today.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
All right, so we're gonna skip the clip of the day today because Jacob in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments has an interesting question. Now, I know I've seen these videos from you, Riley. You do take pride in being a pot stirrer, as said previously.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding is you also have a history of going to Cubs games at Wrigley and also stirring said Wrigley Field pot as well, correct?
Yeah, I chirp a little bit, especially out in the bleachers.
So Jacob says, he talks smack at Wrigley. Can't imagine this guy not getting his ass kicked at some point. Are you concerned for your safety, and do you have a technique that has allowed you to be charming?
He's a jiu-jitsu master.
Yeah, I'm not going to get my ass kicked. I'm not.
Nobody's kicking his...
Well, he
went
worried. To the finals on buys, though, so I don't know where he's at in his development as a jiu-jitsu guy.
And it's not, well, one, if it comes to blows, I'm not overly concerned. But I also believe in my ability to prevent it from coming to blows and preventing a fight. Like, I'm being antagonistic. I try to do it in a fun way. Obviously, not everyone takes it like that. But I'm not insulting anyone directly, which I mentioned ad hominem earlier. I'm not doing that. I'm not attacking.
Ad hominem guy.
Yeah, big ad hominem guy. I'm not doing that. I keep it fun. It's about the sport. I'm being antagonistic, but I'm not, like, I left the seats. I didn't try and force my way to stay behind home plate at the SEC tournament. At the Cubs game, I ended up chatting with the Cubs fan next to me who thought I was annoying. We ended up being friendly by the time it's all said and done.
I remember that story. Yeah.
It's fine. I feel like at this point I have a pretty good gauge on when people are starting to get a little antsy, a little irritated, and then I can tone it back. So I'm not worried about that. Maybe someday, maybe I'll get sucker punched back of the skull, but I'm not too worried.
Hopefully that day's not tomorrow because we need you as our cousin sub for Jesse again.
Until next week.
Don't get sucker punched. That's it for us today. Thanks to Riley for stepping in. Thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley.
Conversations that carry far beyond the 18th hole. This is where deals are discussed, where relationships are built, where you belong. Elevate your game at Wisconsin Country Club. Book your private tour today and mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD.
Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show.
But I've never seen the Knicks play this way. It's unbelievable.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Rich Eisen. Oh, that's Susie Eisen's husband.
With guest host Susie Schuster. Earlier on the show, sports radio legend Christopher Mad Dog Russo. Coming up, senior NBA writer for The Ringer, Howard Beck. Basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. And now, sitting in for Rich, it's Susie Schuster.
Hour number 2 is underway. I am Susie Schuster in for Rich Eisen on his way to New York. We'll be back in a couple days. Whatever. We'll miss him.
I mean, he'll be back next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Is that when he's back? Good to know. I only live with him. Just pay attention
on this show. Well, he'll be back
everywhere.
at your house, I think, in a couple days. But on this show, Rich is back on Monday.
Yeah, because I'm here tomorrow.
Yeah. And then O'Shea will be here on Thursday.
Shay's on his way?
Not yet.
Shay's coming in for a couple days. I'm here tomorrow. I'll be on Women's Sports Now, exclusively on ESPN, Disney Plus, wherever you find your Women's Sports Now. I'm here to bring it to you. Andrea Carter in studio with me this week, as well as the greatest coach of our modern time in women's basketball, college, I would say, and that is Corey Close. I do love her a lot. And we're going to have her in studio. TJ Jefferson, you're right to my right. I'm going the opposite way today. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great.
You want champagne tomorrow? You want mimosas?
I mean, that seems only right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I got the orange juice today, so.
Okay. You got the brains.
Let's do it.
I got the looks. We're going to make a lot of money.
Oh, my God.
Right, go.
You guys are the pitch.
Hi, Mikey. How are you?
So
good morning.
Good to see you.
The old people are talking what?
I know. The old people.
What are you, like a spring chicken?
Right, he thinks he is.
Compared to the three of you.
Watch it. Watch it.
Sorry.
Watch it. I'll press the mute button. Don't make me press that button. Thanks for joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. As you guys know, when I'm sitting in the chair, I like to take calls. Let's get right to some calls. By the way, win-loss, you guys.
Yeah, win-loss game.
Come on.
Let's
Where are my
play it.
win-loss
Come
fans?
on now. Let's go win-loss.
844-204-RICH is the number to dial. You know I'm going to empty the phone banks before, but let's take a call, shall we? Derek in Missouri. Hi, Derek. How are you?
Derek, what up, man?
Good, Susie. I just got back from Indianapolis yesterday, attending my 21st Indianapolis 500, which happened to be the closest finish in the history of the race itself. And if you guys get the chance, be sure to check out that video. It was an epic finish to the race. And I know you don't use the show that much for a platform for motorsports, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say give my condolences and prayers to the family of Kyle Busch, who suddenly lost his life last Thursday. And my thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to say this about the Knicks right now. I mean, sure, Rich and everybody else, the diehard Knicks fans are thrilled about this run that they have going for them right now. But my question to you guys is, how much momentum is too much momentum on this winning streak that they have before they go into get OKC or San Antonio?
Are you worried about a cooler effect with all the days off? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, in a way. And plus, I mean, the wins that they have, I mean, sure, it's great and all, but they're going to be going into they're going into the Lions' den no matter who they play, whether it's OKC or San Antonio. It's going to be, I mean, we don't know who's going to come out the winner in that side of things, but it's going to be fun to watch for sure. No question about it.
No, you're absolutely right, Derek. I totally agree with you. And I think that, look, you're getting ready for two totally different teams, right? But that's the whole beauty of having a really great coach, is that you have to be ready for the team that's ahead of you. And they're going to watch this game tonight, and they're going to get ready for both circumstances. But any of us who've been watching basketball for a long time know you do your own thing. You play your game. You watch your film. You get ready for those opponents out there. They'll get ready for SGA. They'll get ready for Wemby. And they'll get ready for two totally different styles of basketball. But, I mean, Chris, we've seen this. And, Derek, thanks again for your call. I appreciate it. I mean, the biggest concern that they have is themselves and is the time off and is staying ready and staying focused. But they've got a coach who's going to get them ready for every scenario that's out there.
Yeah, Mike Brown has done a great job in this postseason. I think during the middle of the year, even Rich was kind of bemoaning Mike Brown as, man, was this guy the answer? Do we really need to fire Tibbs? But I think one of the things, TJ, that he's done a great job is he's playing the guys. He's playing the roster. This isn't 6 guys and you're running them into the ground like we saw Tibbs do, which is why these Knicks teams kind of faded as the playoffs extended for them, and everybody contributes. And look, I mean, I think Shamet missed 1-3 in the.
I think you're right
in the conference finals. That's not going to keep. That's not. That's tough to maintain, right? So the guys are going to come down a little bit, but they'll be underdogs against OKC. But I think they will be favored in the series if it is the Spurs. And so I think Mad Dog is right in saying that. They want the West to go 7, and I think they want to see San Antonio. They got, they're not the home team, so they're only going to get 3 home games. But, I'm a little worried about the 8 days off. But, man, the way this team is playing, I don't know how you can't be feeling sky high if you're a Knicks fan.
Right.
Teach, what do you think?
I mean, we've said this earlier. I've already picked the Knicks to win. I think they're winning the championship. I think they're on a roll. I think the time it's just their time. And do I have anything to back this up? No, because much like Mad Dogs, I hate analytics too because I'm not good at math. So analytics and me don't go head to head. But there's a feel. There's a feel, and it's years of watching basketball and having a feeling. Yeah. And I just have a feeling, man. You want to talk about going to the Lions? Den? Derek said. This is the Garden, man. Like those teams have to come into Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, the most famous arena in
the world's most famous arena, where there are championship banners on.
It is pretty cool seeing like the cast of '99 and the cast of '94.
That's true too, right?
At all the Knicks games. That is pretty fun.
That was special.
The fans are just going crazy in New York right now. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just a feeling. I have nothing. Someone once said that. Sometimes I toe the line too much. I don't really go left or right with an opinion. My opinion is this.
Look at this photo.
Is that Marcus Camby?
Marcus Camby and Jalen Brunson.
Wearing like I'm saying, there's just something right now, Susie, that tells me that you can't overlook stuff like that.
Jalen Brunson is maybe 2 years old, 3 in this picture.
And you know that Jalen Brunson is Leon Rose's godson, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
so crazy.
Rick played for the team, so his father, it's all.
There's just a story here, man. That we haven't
seen. UMass great.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Great. Was he a Nick Great? I forget how long he played for the Knicks.
Marcus Camby was the man.
But like I said, man, it's just a feeling.
Yeah,
I got a feeling these Knicks are going to do it. I could be. Am I wrong? Who knows? Maybe. But
you know who else has a feeling? You know who else has a feeling there?
Black Eyed Peas.
Cat. Cat's got a feeling. Let's roll this sound.
I think what's more of an honor is growing up in the area. I feel like the word hope has been gone from the New York Knicks name for a long time. And for me and OG to be part of this team that revives the word hope in the city, it's something special. It's something really, really special, and it's an honor. And it's one of those things, when I was growing up watching the Knicks, it was just hoping one day you could just put the jersey on. I never knew I'd be in this position at this mic talking about us going to the finals and the city believing in us. And that speaks a lot to the camaraderie of this team, the character of this team, the willingness to sacrifice everyone's been willing to put forward for the betterment of the team. And like you said, there's nowhere better in the world when the Garden has hope.
Karl Anthony Towns grew up in New Jersey, and he worshipped Frazier, and he worshipped Ewing, and he worshipped Starks, and they were all there to watch him, and it was something special to take in. And a lot of chatter this year about Cat. Is he going to be there? Should they move him out? Giannis coming there, what have you.
Yeah, big time.
A lot of chatter all season long, and man, he looked pretty proud up there last night.
Talk about going back to 1999, too. The Knicks played the Spurs in the 99 NBA Finals. That was the first of the 5-title run that San Antonio went on with Duncan and Robinson and Ginobili and Tony Parker and those guys. So that's what I'm rooting for. I think that'll be the most fun finals, I think, to watch, and aesthetically and just the vibes. And I mean, I'm going to root for San Antonio, but I mean, this Knicks team, they look like a title team right now.
Let's go to Steve in Missouri. We're going to go back to Missouri again. Hey, Steve. You there?
Susie, it is, yes, and it is an honor to be talking to you. You are fabulous in the world of women's sports and sports in general.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
That's 100% true. My wife is the Midwest version of you.
Oh, God. So you must be exhausted then.
I am. Every day I come home and she's got 6 stories from The Athletic or The Ringer, and that's what we do during dinner. So it's pretty fun.
Oh, I love that.
Anyway,
That's awesome, Steve.
Hold
on. What's her name? What's her name? Let's not talk about her as her. What's her name?
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Right out to Babs.
Right? We like that.
Babs. So anyway, the deal is just calm down, because the entire Eastern Seaboard is going crazy now. This may be one of the greatest teams ever. You got there last time and did not win. We're going to have to play the games, whether it's San Antonio or the Thunder. You're going to have to play. So everybody calm down, because this follows the same kind of logic as anybody from Michigan thinking that J.J. McCarthy is going to be an NFL quarterback. You got to play the games.
Oh, my God. Somewhere in the air, Rich just got a sharp pain in his heart, and he's wondering what just happened, right? I mean, he loves J.J. McCarthy so much. Steve, thank you so much for your time. Say hi to Barbara for us, please.
I sure will.
I mean, the Eastern...
All right,
he went for the JJs.
Well, he's taking the Mad Dog route of, pouring a little water on it. Everyone just relax.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ticket prices for the games at MSG, by the way?
How much are they these days?
The get-in price for Game 3 of the NBA Finals, the first one at Madison Square Garden, is $3,700.
Woo! You buy a card with that.
To sit where?
I think
all the way up.
All
the way up.
Yeah,
I think that's last row.
There's no chance.
No, that is the
$3,700 for the last row.
That is the cheapest ticket right now to get into Madison Square Garden.
Guess I won't be going to that game.
Nope.
Nope.
Like I said, you buy a whip for $3,700.
Did you see what I sent you about somebody bought a Wemby card for $5?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to open the
5.1, 5.4.
The one-on-one all black Wemby.
Fanatics.
Well, that might be that's probably going to turn out to be a good investment, because this dude,
is
going to be a force for the next.
It's come down. It's still $3,600. There are some courtside seats going for $100K online.
It seems like a casual investment, right? Just for one night,
just to go to one game. Sorry, this is no free ads, but this is center court, row 5. For $115,000.
I mean, that is insane. Okay, what can you buy for $115,000? That is several salaries, right? Several salaries.
A house. You can get a house, TJ.
For how much?
I mean, not in Los Angeles, you can't get a house, but in most other places in the country, you can get a house for $115,000.
But by the way, it's not just $115,000. You're not going by yourself.
No, that was for one ticket.
No, but my point is, whoever gets that ticket is going with somebody.
I would have assumed so.
$230? I'm sorry.
Knicks fans are out of control. I love it.
I found one for $35, Brockman.
Oh, there you go. Deals.
There you go. What do you have, season tickets, Mikey?
Did you see the dude on top of the atrium outside of MSG waving the flag? They climbed to the top.
Yeah, dude, there wasn't just a person.
No, I know. I'm saying there were several, but one guy had a giant Knicks flag.
Yeah.
Like, unhinged.
The crowd start chanting USA.
Oh, if they win,
it'll be the biggest parade ever.
I'm surprised New York's still standing right now.
It'll be the biggest parade of all time.
What's the last New York parade? Was it?
Would have been the Yankees in 09.
Yeah.
It's been a
while. It's been a minute.
Let's get that ticker too.
Well, I guess the G-Man in 11.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's right. The Giants.
Anybody paying attention to that one?
That's right.
Did the Liberty have a parade? They won a couple years ago.
Yeah, by the way, they play in New Jersey.
They play in Brooklyn, right?
No, I'm talking about the Giants.
Oh, the Giants.
They praising me.
They play New Jersey, in the swamps in New Jersey.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, the Liberty won in 24.
That's true.
That's true.
The Bills are the only actual NFL team in New York.
That's true.
That's just
true.
For accuracy's sake.
No one's paying attention to the Jets, so, I mean.
No. Although, who did someone call last week and said the Jets would sweep the Patriots? That was our guy in Arkansas. What are we doing?
He did say that.
What are we doing?
That's ridiculous. What kind of gummies is he taking?
Sweep the Patriots?
What are you smoking, bro? Give me some.
Who's the guy that called in? And it was 2 days ago or yesterday, the win. What was yesterday? Monday? That was a holiday. Friday, the win-loss, who went 0-17 or 0.
Well, that was he. Yeah, it was the guy. He did 0-17 for the Pats
Dustin in
last
Arkansas?
year, Dustin, and then called back last week and said that we would get swept by the Jets, which hasn't happened since 2000, TJ.
See, the win-loss is starting to heat up because, I'm going to take every one of these win-losses.
Yes.
All right. So
when do we start?
I mean, taking every one is kind of, that's a lot.
No, it's not.
I'm a woman of my word, TJ. But I'm not going to take notes at the same time. I can't do two things at the same time.
Well, you got to keep track of these. That's part of the
you
game.
need to keep track. I can't do both.
You have
That's
the sheet.
asking way too much.
You got the sheet
Wait,
there.
you have the official.
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
It's way too stressful. I gotta follow the lines down.
All right, I'll come get the sheet.
I can only do one thing at a time.
During the break.
I can do a lot of things at the same time, but when it comes to this, it's very stressful. I don't want to screw up my win-loss. I take it very seriously.
What's the official record?
No idea.
No, he's saying it's the official.
I'm saying it's
No.
when we
so
talk to
take
them,
notes.
They have to be written down.
So take notes.
By the host.
No, they don't. Who said?
I'm just sitting
Who's
there.
making up the rules?
Job.
I did bring a notebook just in case.
Okay.
I brought my Pete Carroll Win Forever notebook.
Okay.
It's really dirty.
Except last year.
Whatever.
I was just going to say.
Wow. Be a hater.
I know. I just took a shot at Pete for no reason.
How could you take a shot at Pete Carroll? What's wrong with you?
It was more.
super
It was
not
more,
American.
It was more at the Raiders.
That's fine. You can take a shot at the
Okay, we're gonna talk to Howard, and then we'll do win-loss after.
You trying to tell me what to do? What are you saying? Go to break?
I was just steering the ship.
Oh,
wow. You gonna let him do that too?
Captain Brockman?
Why don't you take your hands off the wheel, Chris?
He is from up in the
we would not be good driving in the same car.
I mean, you guys.
I love how people are like, I think Susie and Chris really hate each other.
That's not.
I'm like, we're
not
from New
true.
England.
Yeah,
This is how we talk to each other.
This is how we talk to each other.
Can I do a read? Or are you going to tell me what to do?
Do your read.
That works out really well all the time. A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, like listening to Chris, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding, that's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Howard Beck from The Ringer when we come back.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have. Think it could be lower testosterone? What do you mean? I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2. That's the testosterone booster, right? Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles? Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. June 15th through the 17th and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, the Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300,000. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
You ever notice how pain slowly stops being something you have and starts feeling like something you are? That's not how it's supposed to be, and it doesn't have to stay that way. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and there's a team right here in Mequon and Greenfield. Dr. Caravelli and QC Kinetics are helping people break out of that cycle and get back to living life on their terms. If you're dealing with joint pain from arthritis or injury in your knees, hips, or shoulders, they're helping patients get back to moving, sleeping, golfing, running without surgeries or long recoveries. And people who thought they were out of options are finally seeing a path forward. This isn't guesswork. The science is real. The treatments are natural. QC Kinetics works with your body, giving it the tools it needs to heal itself. So picture this, getting through your day without mapping out places to sit, or avoiding stairs altogether, or passing on plans because of pain. Because the longer inflammation lingers, the more damage it can do. Don't wait on this. Take the first step now and it won't cost you anything to get started. Call QC Kinetics today. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Back here on the Rich Eisen Show, Susie Schuster in for Rich Eisen, and I'm going to bring in Howard back because the minute we start slagging Lakers management, it's more fun to bring in an old friend. Hi, Howard. How are you?
Schuster, how are you? Doing great.
So good to see you. So good to see you. What was your reaction watching this closeout game last night?
Oh, my. I mean, you have to decide which prism you want to watch this through. Through the prism of the Knicks, I mean, just absolutely dominant, efficient, devastating. This team has been clicking on all cylinders for weeks already, so I don't think there's anything surprising there. But then the flip side is you're looking at it through the prism of the Cavaliers, who have been, knocking on the door for the last few years. 64-win team not long ago. Traded for James Harden at midseason, and they just looked like they were not even meant to be there, and didn't want to be there. So incredibly dominant performance by the Knicks, an incredibly humiliating and I think embarrassing performance by the Cavaliers. But, look, in fairness, the Knicks have made a lot of teams look humiliated and unfit for the moment, from Atlanta, the last few games of that series, to Philly in that sweep, to this Cavaliers sweep. So, maybe it's just the Knicks.
Howard, by the way, I should ask you, you did wash your hands after you came in with those chicken wings, right?
That wasn't you, was it, Howard?
No, I was not in Cleveland, so I can claim innocence with some conviction.
Yeah, just checking. Had to find out. Now, analytically, they really should have won that game. And analytically, apparently, the Cavs are the better team, right, Howard?
You had to go there, Susie?
Always. Always.
I've known Kenny a long time. Met him when he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni with the Knicks way back when. He was actually the guy who was Jeremy Lin's workout guy and development coach during that time before Linsanity. So I've known Kenny a long time. I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses for him out of my affinity for Kenny. He was, as I understand, he was asked a question. I was not in Cleveland. He was asked a question about what still gives you confidence. You're down 3-0. And he went into the analytics explanation of if you looked at the shot quality, et cetera, et cetera. Joe Mazzulla, by the way, got in similar hot water for a quote like that, I think, a year ago. And I get what he was trying to say, that the process is good, the shot quality is good, and if you look at it based on the quality of our shots, we should have made more of them. They were open, they were good shots, all that kind of thing. But the way he said it, and of course, because we live in the society we do, where everything is immediately clipped, cut, pasted, aggregated, blown out, often without any context, it's on him for saying it in I think, an inartful way. It was probably the wrong answer and certainly the wrong phrasing for the answer. But it also wasn't quite as bad as it sounded after everybody got through cycling through it and aggregating it. So,
what do you think happens to him, Howard?
I wouldn't care to speculate. I don't know. The Cavaliers have been bumping up against it for the last few years. Look, it's 4 years now with Donovan Mitchell. And, they've been in the playoffs every year, a first-round exit, 2 second-round exits, and then this is the first year they've made the conference finals. They made a coaching change along the way, of course. They fired J.B. Bickerstaff, who's now had great success in Detroit. They hired Kenny. And they did make the conference finals, like their first non-LeBron James conference finals in 40 years or something. It's not nothing, but I do think when you lose this badly, sometimes it's just the optics that take you down. Like, I think the optics had a lot to do with the Sixers deciding to fire Daryl Morey after the Knicks smoked them, and in their building, and with Knicks fans taking over their building. Like, owners in this league are emotional too. And, I do think that whether it's the ownership there, front office, they'll take into account everything. Moves made, moves not made. That game one is going to haunt not just Kenny Atkinson, but that entire franchise, because they blew that 22-point fourth quarter lead. And it feels like in a lot of ways, the series was kind of lost that night. So I think it's fair to speculate. This is professional sports, but I have no idea where they'll land with regard to their coach.
And now the Knicks are sitting there cooling off as they wait for the Western Conference to be decided. And that can go both ways. Obviously, it's great for them health-wise, and they're still a fairly healthy team. But how do you think Mike Brown will keep them focused? And I feel like when you say that, I'm now like retracking my own question. Like, these guys are going to stay focused. This is their job, and this is what they're trained to do. But how do you think this break will affect them?
I mean, Susie, you and I saw it up close. I think you were there with me in 2001 when the Lakers had, I believe, 11 days off after sweeping the first 3 rounds before facing the Sixers. And of course, famously or infamously, they lost game 1 to Allen Iverson and then smoked the Sixers the next 4 games. But it was the only blemish on their postseason. Was the rest part of that and the rust that goes with it? Maybe. I think it does tend to creep in. But the Knicks, like this Knicks team, this is just the consummate professionals. You see it every night in the way that they play. They never seem to lose focus. They never seem to get out of character. And I don't think that'll happen now. And this is not 11 days. This will be more like 8. The final start a week from tomorrow. And, they could sit there in the meantime and get to watch the Spurs and Thunder beat the you-know-what out of each other. This is a team that tends to get banged up. Jalen Brunson in particular, like, knock on wood, but I think this has been his healthiest run since he's been here in New York. But, there's always bumps and bruises this time of year. That will do them well. I'm sure Mike Brown will find ways to keep them sharp. But yeah, this is a very professional group. I don't think they're going to need a lot to keep them sharp. You just got to try to not lose the rhythm that you're in over a course of a week.
I was telling the guys, don't you remember that? I think it was like Vic the Brick Jacobs would come in with a giant broom and like, Phil, how do we keep this broom clean? And I mean, again, like the props. It's always about the props.
Shout out to
right?
Vic the Brick. Oh, my gosh.
Someone's got to give the guy a shout out. All right, so let's flop over then to the Western. And so what are you expecting here?
Flop over.
Well, did I say flop over?
That was well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
I was going to let that go.
Listen, someone's got to be artful in this chair.
The series has been phenomenal. I truly wish that, the Thunder had a healthy Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell, and that the Spurs were not worried night to night about the state of De'Aaron Fox or Dylan Harper and their injuries, because these two teams are two of the most fascinating, most talented young teams we've seen in a very long time. And, coming up simultaneously, basically, the Thunder breaking through last year with their championship, the Spurs now potentially on the verge of a finals with their star player, Victor Wembanyama, being only 22. His first playoff run ever could take him all the way to the finals and perhaps a championship. Like, we don't see that very often in the modern NBA. Like, this is insane. It's fascinating. It's compelling as hell. I love it. I have a story up on theringer.com today about the idea that, like, a lot of people, it seemed like, especially after game 1 of that series, were already cowering at the thought of, like, oh my God, who's going to beat these teams in the foreseeable future? They're both really young and super talented. And again, these are two teams that are also very professional, and they play well beyond their years. You never look for one moment and think that, Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle are in their first couple of years in the NBA. We know that game 5 in a tied series tends to decide the series, not always, but statistically speaking, that's the way these things go. I think the Spurs do have a certain amount of momentum and better health, assuming that Fox and Harper are both playing tonight and AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams remain out. That certainly gives them the advantage. They seem to have found a method for at least bottling up or making it really hard on Shea. And then with no other playmakers, shot creators out there, in the absence of those two other guys, that gives the Spurs quite an advantage.
Yeah, and Wemby has been able to make them so successful in preventing OKC from scoring in the paint, as they've been able to do so effectively all season. Let's just talk about Wemby and put him into perspective. Like, how would you describe him as compared to the great centers that came before him?
He's nothing like anybody we've seen, because he combines just about everyone, right? Like, the dominance that he presents in a much different way than, say, the physical type centers of the past, right? Shaq, Ewing, Akeem, Wilt, Kareem. I mean, Kareem wasn't as physical. Kareem was a more of a lithe center, but like, Wemby does not track with any of them, but he presents the same conundrum as all of them. And and especially at 7'4", 7'5", if you were anybody else in the league, all you can think is, I don't know how to guard this guy. I cannot. There's nobody who can replicate him. There's nobody I can get who can do what he does. So the best we can do is try to keep bodies on him and maybe load up on 7-footers again, as we saw back in the day where teams were just grabbing whoever they could to just foul Shaq. Can you just rough him up a little? And clearly, we've seen Isaiah Hartenstein do his best to get as physical as possible, yanking on his arm, bumping in as much as possible. To Wemby's credit, like, dude gets knocked out and he just like jumps right back up. There's not a lot of complaining to the refs. There's not a lot of he's not demonstrative about it. He just gets up and does his thing. But I'm always one who tries not to get too far ahead of myself. And I cringed a little bit even during the Wemby draft a few years ago when people were saying he could be an all-time great. And I'm like, God, let's not put that on a guy when he's, 19 or whatever, 18 and just coming in. Give him at least a little bit of time. But it's hard not to get hyperbolic and think about how much this guy could accomplish when he's here a couple of wins away from the finals at age 22 and doing the things we're seeing him do, right? Like a game with 12 blocks in one round. The way he completely owns the paint and can contest multiple shots, both inside and out on the same possession. And then watching him pull up for logo threes and Steph threes, it's like... It's mind-boggling. It's awesome. It's so entertaining. There are not many players these days, after all these years of covering the league, that make me shriek from my couch or yelp or just, whatever. He does it every time.
Every time. I mean, you brought up the logo shot. I mean, he had 4 shots in the first 3 minutes and 19 seconds of the game. And that's the other thing is that I don't know how you guard him. I guess nobody else can figure it out either. But we're having Shaq on in the third hour, and that's something that I'm posing to him, which is like, what would you do against him? Because I just think he causes such a conundrum. And I want to ask you about his relationship with Pop and your experience having covered Pop. Pop is almost like he's that wild card right now. It just feels like the way he's been coming in and out of this locker room all through his retirement, right? Showing up at airports. It looks like an episode of Succession. So how do you think Pop's wisdom and experiences played into how these guys have rallied, especially as De'Aaron Fox had said that he came in the locker room after the loss the other night and just said to them, this is not how Spurs play ball?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get chills just thinking about that, like literal chill just now, because we don't have this very often, right?